winner. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I'll sell water to a well. I was born to get cake, move on and switch states. Capped a coupe with a roof gone and switch plates. Never dictate, never follow orders. Dick face, get your shit straight. Fuck all this is Big J. Oh yeah, will not lose ever. Fuck off. Mandy Mayhem in your iPhone. Put something on it. I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I'll sell water to a well. I was born to get cake, move on and switch states. Capped a coupe with a roof gone and switch plates. Never dictate, never follow orders. Dick face, get your shit straight. Fuck all this is Big J. Oh yeah, will not lose ever. Fuck off. Mandy Mayhem in your iPhone.
They said that was Jeannie Buss. They said that was Jeannie Buss when she just sold the Lakers company. So you guys already know. Welcome to the page. This is your host here, Lord of Lips, with another installment. Got a guest in the building already. Boom.
Yo.
Oh, we half and half now this time. What's up?
Yeah, this is much better.
What's good? What's good? I don't even know how I did that, but yeah. Did you see that clip?
That old lady rapping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that before just now.
They said that was Jeannie Buss when she sold the Lakers, man.
We didn't even talk about that. That's really crazy. Jerry Buss rolling over in his motherfucking grave.
I'm glad we're here. Let's talk about it. Both Lakers fans here, and it's pretty crazy to see her sell. I mean, this is obviously the Lakers is a storied franchise, has a storied history and stuff, but even Jeannie's portion in the Lakers has been pretty historic. So really crazy. It's really big news to see her sell.
Yeah.
Ooh, building. What's good?
It's one of the last few sports things that's like family oriented.
Yep.
I mean, the Steelers, I guess, still are with the Rooneys, but the Lakers were just so much more flashier and bigger, and just that was the bus.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think this is the same person. I don't know much about this guy she sold to, but I'm pretty sure it's the same partner person that Magic's been in cahoots with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it is.
So I mean, I guess in a way it stays in the family with Magic's hands being all over the his fingerprints.
He got his hands everywhere.
He got his hands everywhere. But I mean, so are you not in? You don't like this move really for the Lakers?
I mean, who at this point? Who cares? I mean, they already sold their soul with crypto arena and everything else. It's not like she was doing good. She let LeBron run the motherfucking team. I mean, it really doesn't matter for her. It's just crazy that she actually did it. It's like, bitch.
What LeBron say? He said, "Hold on, let me take a second to say this. Happy National Women's Day."
That clip drives me so crazy.
LeBron
Let me take a second to tell you this.
Hey, hold on. LeBron done ran Jeannie. Hold on. LeBron done ran Jeannie and this man out of town.
Did you see LeBron's camp come for Tom Brady?
No, I didn't.
7 minutes ago, they're at this like some type of convention where Kai's at and LeBron and Tom, like a whole bunch of athletes. And Tom Brady just said, "I hope you guys are realizing you're watching the greatest ever to do it right now." Talking about LeBron. Oh, after just last week.
I said that or LeBron?
No, Tom said that about LeBron. After just last week, he didn't mention him.
He didn't mention him at all.
Didn't mention him. So now he's overcompensating because LeBron was salty and his team was like, "Oh, why didn't you come, blah, blah, blah."
This is 3 people LeBron done ran out, including this guy. Anybody know who this guy is?
A legend.
And that's
a Laker legend.
LeBron does. He made.
But we didn't see him for 3 years, and all of a sudden he comes out like that.
He comes out like that. We didn't see him. And the thing is that people don't know is Jack Nicholson is more of a he's been what we assumed Spike Lee to be for the Knicks. Jack Nicholson's been that for the Lakers 10 years prior.
Right. Yeah.
He's been at every Lakers game since the 80s. He's seen all the magic. He's seen all the rings. He's seen it all. Been there, done it. Courtside
What's that?
seats.
There's a noise in the background.
That's Shane.
Is that me?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but so you're saying that Clutch Sports done ran up on Brady and did something?
Exactly what happened. All right, you know Tom in his life right now, where like Tom didn't really mean nothing about that when he was saying it. It's just LeBron didn't come to his mind.
Didn't come to his mind at all.
And then what happened was, I guarantee Clutch or LeBron came up there and was like super salty with Tom, and Tom overcompensated and made him feel better to be nice. That's what I
got to stop with those antics. It's clear. I mean, when you do, it's too soon for Tom Brady to come back and say something. Now it just seems like it was, he had a gun to his back.
Exactly.
And that's what I said about Luka. Luka made a tweet about this sale, and he had like some PR. Did you see Luka's tweet?
Nah, I didn't.
Luka had a whole tweet about it. Let's see if I can find it. He had a whole tweet about this whole Lakers sale. And I'm just like, boy, it sounds forced. Here it is. I got it on the screen right here. Let me pull it up. We're going to see. I'll be forgetting still to this day that we got Luka Doncic. Doesn't even register in my brain. The Lakers are an amazing organization. I'm looking forward to meeting Mark and excited about the future. I'm also grateful to Jeannie and the Bus family for welcoming me to LA. I'm happy that
Boy, you don't even talk like that.
To be involved. I look forward to working with both of them. This is so PR.
He literally don't even talk like that.
At all.
Like,
not the slightest. So like you said, Lakers are in a free for all. They've been in a free fall for a long, long time now, to be honest. But I mean, a lot of people are saying this is good because this guy has hella fucking bread. Obviously, being a part ownership in the Dodgers and shit like that. That he'd be willing to go over the luxury tax. And
it ain't even about that though. That's the problem. It's not about that. It was the Bus family owned the Lakers.
Man.
Like golly.
Man.
That was what it was about.
And the Bus family took over the Lakers around the same time David Stern took over the NBA. That's how long the Lakers have been in the Bus family.
Or late 70s. Did you see that was funny? It's really crazy is I was telling Daniel this because Jerry Buss bought it for $67 million, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 79 or whatever. And they just sold it for $10 billion. And everybody's like, golly, $67 million at $10 billion. Whoa, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. Talk about a come up. But they was saying if Jerry Buss would have put $67 million in the S&P 500 index, it would have sold for $20 billion.
Damn.
That's just so crazy that motherfucker.
You just seen that, or you put it in, and you just?
No, I saw a report going around saying that. And I'm like, sheesh. Damn. That motherfucker really doesn't lose.
Man, and I mean, I can't wait to get some money so I can put it in that motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, obviously he got it for $67 million, but he's obviously put so much more money into that organization over the years.
For sure.
And we know what Jeannie apparently is. I don't know if you read the whole thing, but she still has she's doing the Mark Cuban deal. Mark Cuban sold the Mavericks, but he still owns like 27% or some shit.
Right. There's a minor owner here.
Yeah, he was still going to operate them and shit from things. Jeannie is allegedly doing this, but I guess she got it in writing. So
for the next couple of years, I believe.
Next couple of years.
Yeah.
We know what she's trying to do. Her and Phil Jackson are trying to back away. Jeannie's trying to go be a hot girl. And you know who
she's not still married to Phil, is she?
No, they're not.
She's not still, I was about to say that. They ain't still
married. She has a whole nother husband that
that's what
they live in separate they do
want some cock.
Yeah, they live in the same apartment, like rich ass loft apartment, but separate apartments.
Yeah.
And he comes on over when he needs to and does what he needs to. But I can't lie. I'm really irritated, but I mean, let's be real. I mean, shout out to Jeannie. She put in her time, even as an understudy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's literally been doing this since she was 16, like maybe younger, I think.
Yeah. She
was a little ass girl, like should have been a cheerleader type bitch. And her dad was having her work for the company, selling tickets and doing all that. She was in charge of the cheerleaders, and they came up with the Showtime, the Lakers girls, and all that shit. That's Jeannie Buss. And
she's been in those meetings for a long time.
Mm-hmm. So it's like I really can't. I mean, I'm salty that it transfers hands, like you said, man. We know the Lakers, we know the Bucks family, and it's such a rich history, man. It's kind of like, ugh.
Yep. And I could have seen this when the brother was in charge. Remember when the brother was in charge, everybody's like, well, fuck, like he sucks. Terrible times. And then when Jeannie got it, we were like, oh shit, like the actual one her dad really fucked. Yeah. Bitch did the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
and she sold us out, Jeannie. I can't lie, you sold us out.
Big time.
You sold us out, man. Now we stuck with Luka and the LeBron show. And that's just where we at. I want to get y'all's opinion. Oh, we got a comment here. David Stern was NBA head, 1984. Yep, 30 years. Yep. And that's around the same time. Bus came in at like 79 type shit. I want to get your opinion on this. I want to get both of your guys' opinion on this. Anybody in the chat too? I want to get y'all's opinion on this. We here now.
But now the game is just so much different. To try to run the triangle offense right now is so much different. To try to.
That delusional ass face.
That's when I know he's lying, bro. That's what this is what I'm telling y'all.
It's that Joe Burrow shit.
You gotta understand body language, bro. He's getting ready to lie right here. He don't believe whatever.
Yeah, here comes the lie. Here comes the lie.
He don't believe. He half believes it.
To try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging, just because how the game is played.
Mm-hmm. You mean the same triangle that the Warriors have been running?
It just don't make sense. Like he didn't go to, since it's so detailed. Okay, elaborate other than how the game is played. Like why would it not other than why the game's played? Well, we don't believe that, so tell us why.
Yeah.
And also how deep.
And my thing is, you could have just hired a bobblehead to be your co-host. You could have literally just hired a bobblehead.
Shit, bro.
Nash gives him he don't give him pushback.
Not one time.
Never. Ever.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
Defense is covering. You could take a lot of things away, now by just like switching a lot of things, depending on your personnel. Obviously, that has a lot to do with it. But I think it was great in this time. But I don't see how it could it could be good. You can use certain things.
That's Steve Nash.
Look at Steve Nash. Look at him. Nash don't ever be believing him at all.
Certain things from it. Yeah. There's still like like you run 21. We run 21 where you pitch it ahead and chase it. That's basically an extended version of kind of the triangle when you hit taking component off of it. They used to, MJ would be on the baseline and then, kind of use the Chicago screen off.
This is his version of detail. Anybody out there viewing and watching this, or even about anybody that's going to watch it back, I issue you guys to go out there and pull up some clips of detail by Kobe Bryant, Peyton Manning, and other shows. Like there was even a sports science show out there. This is called Mind of the Game podcast. And if you guys remember, LeBron started this podcast with JJ Redick, who then became our head coach, because he was tired of people shortchanging basketball conversations and pundits that didn't know what they were talking about, speaking about basketball. But here he is drawing on his hand with his finger, trying to explain to you the triangle and some split action.
Off Luke Longley or one of the centers to get a catch in the middle of the lane. There's certain things that have been taken. If you watch our game, there's small little bits that's been taken from the triangle offense that teams and players run. They're still there. So it still has an impact in our game. It's just the whole landscape is not. I don't think so.
All right. So that's LeBron James.
But this is what I don't like. This is why I don't like what you do.
Okay.
And this is why I'm here to offer pushback. Because you minimalize the fact that the way that you just said that it's insinuating that LeBron is just bullshitting and he don't know the game. You said he's like drawing on his hand and doing like LeBron knows basketball. Like let's not do that.
He's a genius. He's a smart basketball player.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you just insinuated that.
I'm saying that.
I'm saying you are insinuating by saying what you were saying to make it sound like LeBron don't know how to detail basketball, and that's just not. That's biased. That's just not good.
I like your pushback because it opens the conversation. That's not what I'm saying. So let me clarify what I'm saying.
Okay, so when you said look at him drawing on his hand and doing all, what were you saying?
Because my issue with LeBron James Hey, take a little sip. My issue with LeBron James in this podcast was how he wrote it out, what he presented it as, and his two of his co-hosts now. This podcast has been called Mind the Game, and what we've got in the last 2 years, well, really the last 4 weeks, is LeBron James going up on his own episode and having a revisionist victim mindset history.
That's what that podcast should be called.
I'm saying, where's the blackboard? I'm saying if we want a podcast like that, well, give us the detail. We had detail. We don't need my thing. We had detail.
He keeps doing this revision in history and trying to change this narrative on himself, bro.
That's all he's doing.
Who picked up detail after Kobe?
Nobody.
Okay, so that's a void in space.
But he's not doing anything different than what Draymond Green does on his podcast. So don't get.
That's not true. I can't say that. That's not true. I'm a fan of Draymond's podcast.
Okay, what's your distinguishing difference?
Draymond's isn't as Draymond
is more. Draymond talks about
no, but they're two different things. Draymond more gives you commentary on the player's perspective in the game.
That's part of it.
Yeah, but what LeBron is doing is having more of a broader look, not on the inside details of the game, but more on like the details of the basketball. I'm trying not to say the word detail in here. I'm saying they're two different things, very nuanced. And I like what Draymond does, but what LeBron does isn't that. And I don't think he's trying to do with that.
I think you're shortchanging Draymond here, and I don't want to get stuck.
No, I'm really not trying to. I like Draymond's podcast. Out of all of them, I like Draymond.
When I've watched Draymond Green, he notoriously breaks down X's and O's in basketball. LeBron James goes up there literally, and we're going to talk about it.
I've seen a fair number of Mind the Game episodes.
Okay, and the last four from
this season, but I watched the
he's attacked. Well, today, this one he attacked the triangle in his little subtle way. What else did he put his foot in his mouth about this
winning rings,
ring culture? And my question was going to be open. Go ahead. We'll get to that.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Get to the actual question. My first question is this: LeBron James is a marketing genius, and another thing that we've been accusing him of doing that he did again that I want to open the floor about is, does he do these statements to detract away from other attention that's going on in the NBA? The NBA Finals is going on. He's known for, if Curry breaks a record, he'll tweet at Curry, and then he draws attention back to himself. Is he doing this by having these little, real buzzworthy kind of conversations on his podcast?
I don't think what is your direct question? Give me your direct question.
Is there intentionality? He knows that he's swatting a bee's nest. When you mention rings and ring culture, or with Michael Jordan, he knows he's swatting a bee's nest.
He's rolling this out like retirement commercial out in the middle of the finals.
Boom.
You said it last year, and it was hilarious. He can't breathe without attention. He literally can't breathe.
He can't breathe.
So, of course, it's all attention. LeBron, the only thing LeBron's better at than basketball is manipulating. And he knows exactly what he's doing.
I agree. Now, Shane, do you understand the question?
I still don't understand. I didn't hear your question.
Is he intentionally? He knows what he's going to be asked during this episode. He knows the topics.
For sure.
Answers. Is this intentional? Him doing this?
For sure. I think. Short answer: yes. Anything LeBron does is intentional.
Okay.
Even when he's being cringy.
I would agree.
LeBron.
There's very rare instances where he's done something on like accident at this level. So
right.
I agree.
Right. So to say it's intentional is kind of, we know LeBron for 20 years at this point. What I think LeBron subconsciously does, or maybe consciously, he hears the talks and things like that. So he's always going to try to, as all of us would try to get my take in. I don't know I've never been compared to a GOAT of anything and ever. Yeah. I don't even know what that push and pull or that competitive nature would be like. But I would imagine if I feel a certain type of way, I'm going to get my shit off when I can.
Here's my thing, and this is the thing. One, LeBron, the only thing LeBron's better at than basketball is manipulating. And he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, and this is the thing. One, LeBron, the only thing LeBron's better at than basketball is manipulating. And he knows exactly what he's doing. Here's my thing, and this is the thing. One, You hate when John Jones does it.
I was literally about to bring him
Wait,
up.
hold on.
I'm about to bring him up.
That's slightly different because I know where you're going. It's slightly different when you know for a fact that you're the best. I'm speaking
Boom.
from somebody.
Hold on. Boom. Real quick.
But John Jones isn't insecure. That's the thing.
I agree.
That's my
So, but
point.
like John Jones has even more of a point for him to stick up for himself than LeBron does, because LeBron don't even believe in his own damn self.
But that's the difference. We're saying the same thing, but I'm criticizing LeBron.
If I
I'm not
believe
criticizing
that
John Jones.
LeBron really
I criticized John Jones when he did it because I said, "Dog, you're the greatest." It would be the same if Michael Jordan was out doing it every day. I would say, "Stop doing that."
Okay.
It don't bother me when it only bothers me when the actual GOAT does it.
Right, not when the second goes.
It wouldn't bother me if I really believe LeBron felt he was the best. I would still say wrong, but it would be so less uncringy, and I would be like, okay, well, fuck it, Bron, pop your shit. Like,
Yeah.
but like, I don't believe that he believes that. Even all this shit of like him trying to convince himself. He goes a couple years ago on the podcast and says, "Yeah, when I came back 3-1, that's when I knew I was the greatest of all time." And now you're saying that rings don't even really matter, and you're like, so why'd that ring make you the best of all time then? If rings don't really matter, ring culture's crazier, and he's trying to do that shit that girls do, and that's what's making me mad. Like, he's like, who's to say it's Steve Nash and Charles Barkley? Hold on, we didn't say that they're not great.
Didn't say that.
We're talking about the greatest. We're talking about the best of all time.
You gotta split hairs.
We're splitting hairs, dude. Like, we're not saying Steve Nash isn't great, or Barkley isn't great, or Malone isn't great. Of course they're great, but no one's gonna call them the fucking greatest because they're not. They're the losers. So.
And you guys know on this platform, we never sit around and really have GOAT talk because it's so cliche. It's so rudimentary. It's so rudimentary. But I do want to say this, and then Hunter, you can get back to your point. Everybody out there that's still entertaining the GOAT discussion and stuff like that, stop doing the whole, well, Robert Horry got 7 rings things. Bill Russell, stop doing that. It's so elementary. It's so elementary. When we are comparing the top of the top in any field, you're splitting fucking hairs. So yes, rings do fucking matter when you're splitting hairs and you're counting glory. Rings and trophies fucking matter.
Right. So, we don't have LeBron in Robert Horry's category, dude. Sorry.
I hate when y'all and people do this across all venues. When you tell them one category of what you think makes somebody a GOAT, they then use that category and expound it all and make it everything. I didn't say that at all. Jordan also has 5 MVPs.
Right.
6 finals MVPs.
Right.
Scoring titles. We said it's a part of it.
It's a part of it. Exactly. They try to negate that point by using the extreme version of something.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, we're not saying that. We're saying that he has more than the dude you're saying. That's what we're saying. I'm not comparing him to Robert Horry. I'm comparing him to Michael Jordan.
Like, godly, it drives me crazy. So yeah,
I'm just saying if you were in conversations of talks of being the GOAT, you would do the same thing.
That LeBron's doing?
Yeah.
No, you don't think that we would do that. I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying you specific to you guys. I'm saying you as a person. Like, that's not in my brain. That's why that makes sense.
Okay, no. So here's why I agree with you, Shane. I agree with your assessment on what he's doing. I don't agree with you saying that we would do it. I don't think you think we.
No. I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying when I say you, I'm just saying I'm speaking to a person. That's what a person would do.
Okay.
What a person would do.
Yeah.
If you're 1, 2, or 3, you would. That's what you would do. If you know that you would try to undermine the other person. That's just what.
Yes, and this is where I think Hunter's point lands real good is that you can't run. Here, let me tell y'all a quick thing on why I really fucked with Kobe. It's because
I was just about to use Kobe as an example. Kobe never did that, and that's why I really think Kobe thinks that he's the greatest.
Boom. But
that's why I don't have no beef with that. I don't have no beef with that.
Hunter, listen, Hunter seen, dude, I was delusional. I thought we were winning 6 or 7 rings. I was delusional during the time. But there was a period in Kobe's career where it changed for him, where he started to accept the fact that, in order to really be the greatest, it can't be about what he was originally chasing. Kobe was the first athlete in any sport, guys, that was openly chasing a GOAT. It was always a secret competitive thing of chasing somebody that you couldn't even compete against because they already retired. You know what I'm saying? T.O. and them didn't really I mean, they was chasing Jerry. We knew it, but it wasn't like they didn't come into the league like I'm chasing Jerry.
I'm
Kobe
trying to
Bryant
say.
came into the league like this guy that y'all calling the GOAT, I'm coming after him. We never seen that. So he was open with his campaign. LeBron James has been secret with his campaign this whole time. He's had a whole team behind him being secret with the campaign. And then he's done little weird things to put like feathers in his cap over Michael Jordan instead of just coming out and saying, yeah, like I'm trying to compete against Jordan. Like I'm trying to, and then he moved the goalpost. That's the difference. Kobe kept the goalpost the same. He knew I got to win 7 rings. If you look at any interview, he said he wanted to win 7 or 8 rings in his game when he first came. And once he realized that he wasn't able to do that, he kind of was just like, okay, well, you know, it's bigger than that. How do I pass this down to the next generation? And that's where you get Mamba mentality. That's where you get all these players that have been influenced by Kobe Bryant because he changed his gears. There was a period in his career when he was chasing Jordan that's well documented. He didn't fuck with other players. He was not fucking with people. He was solely focused on that mission. So my whole point in saying that is I got an issue. I think you're right, Shane. But I have an issue with LeBron James's propaganda and his what did I say? His campaign.
That's what it is. Kobe said it right a year or two before he died. They asked him, "You, Michael LeBron?" He said, "Me, Mike, then LeBron."
Yeah,
he believed that he was the best, but Kobe didn't give a fuck about proving. He didn't want to answer the question.
he didn't care about proving.
He did not care about proving that he thought he was the best.
Really
or the best at all.
He wanted to feel like he was better than Jordan. And
right.
Once he accomplished that, he was all right.
Right, exactly. LeBron is the opposite, where he knows that he'll never be measure up to them, but he knows that he has stats and he knows that he has these other things that can, and he's delusional. But that's all right, man. I'm ready for his ass to retire and get the fuck up out this league, and hopefully he goes away so I don't got to talk about him, man. Maybe, who knows?
If you
In
think
5 years.
LeBron's going away, you are delusional as hell.
I didn't say I think that. I said hopefully he does.
He's
But
not going. He's going to get closer. What do you mean?
I know he won't be able to breathe.
The only way for us to properly appreciate him, and I don't know why Rich Paul and them aren't telling him this. I don't understand the campaign. I really don't. But all he had to do years ago was to go away.
Go away.
It's literally what we telling Drake.
LeBron goes away for 5 years, and just he don't got to completely go away. I'm just saying, like, with all these antics and tweets and this delusional shit that he does to make himself so seen. If he just did that for 5 years and let Bronny play and just didn't just get in the media, I'd say, you know what, Bron? What's Bron been doing?
They were using on Reddit about Mike Baker.
Huh?
What's the word they were using on Reddit about Mike Baker?
Insufferable.
That's what he's become, bro.
Yeah.
When you read any comment, LeBron's popularity, and if he had a what is it called, the approval rating? If NBA had approval ratings, LeBron's approval rating is literally in the toilet, bro.
Everything he says anymore, bro, my Twitter is just full of killing him, bro.
Yeah, his exit tour will be painful in the media. Yeah, and I just think a lot of LeBron's gaffes and stuff like that is solely based on his media campaign. Listen, man, me, Hunter, Shane, we could not sit up here and deny this man his legwork, his accomplishment. I would be a fool. I can't do it. To me, he's a top 2, top 3 player. I can't make an argument against. I mean, I would say top 5 comfortably, but I can't make an argument against it because the body of work is there. You know, he's not my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But like when somebody has a body of work like that, and you got to recognize that. But all his gaffes to me come in the media: the tossing the chalk, the chosen one, the driving 90 miles per hour on your birthday in 2007 that I just found out about with your ticket that you got. Hiding your brother. What's his name, Hunter?
Aaron McClelland. Strong jaw, just looking like him.
It's things like that over and over and over. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 that are coming back to bite you, LeBron. It's all shit you've done in the media. You put your foot in your own mouth. Right.
They're him saying that ring culture is just blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, like, dude, you literally left and joined up and created this whole entire super team and changed the NBA.
Team after team. And just earlier, people forgot when we got Luka. I mean, before we got Luka and LeBron, we was losing. And LeBron was in that agitated February mode that he gets in, January mode that he gets in, where he's agitated before the trade deadline.
Before
he was
the
saying, at this point, I'm only playing for one thing. This point, it's not about stats. I'm only playing. Remember when he broke the record? He was getting ready to break the record. No, I won't cry. It's only about one thing.
And then he cried.
Then he cried. But the point is, like, okay, well, what's that one thing? It's about winning, right? But now all of a sudden, you don't understand this obsession with ring culture. Well, that obsession with ring culture literally stemmed from your tenure. It's literally your tenure. You've made this GOAT debate so messy that it's turned into all this. It was not like this when it was Kobe chasing Jordan. It was not like this when Jordan was chasing Magic and Kareem. So I'll lay off your back, LeBron, a little bit if you stop making announcements during the middle of the NBA fucking finals. Stop it.
Even though
the finals is on?
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather watch someone take a shit than watch these motherfucking finals. It's really a Game 7 coming up tomorrow, and no one cares. A Game 7 finals is like the peak of fucking sports.
Yeah.
And no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. They're saying this is like a historic all-time OKC defense. It's like, I didn't know that.
Me either. It's news to me. I've seen them give up 120 points every time I look up. But the only thing that the finals got going for him is this funny Patrick Siakam black voodoo thing. Have y'all been seeing that?
Nah. What's that?
What? You have not been seeing that? Bruh.
Nah.
Okay. So they were accusing Patrick Siakam. You know, he's like a Haitian. Voodoo and shit, black magic. This was before Game 6 happened, right? And then here's what happened during Game 6 in the pregame.
Bro,
you see him.
But
real shit, he might be doing some black magic. He came out there. Then he had. Did you guys see his poster dunk that he had?
Yeah. I really haven't seen nothing, bro.
Bro, the Pacers balled after he did that black magic and shit. But I mean, I don't even want to spend no time here. I decided
I really had plans on watching it, bro. That's the crazy thing.
I think I'll watch Game 7 tomorrow. But the thing is, like, that's the problem. I said I think I will watch it. You know, I think.
Yeah, I might. It depends. I really might, or I might just take a nap.
Bro,
Whatever however I'm feeling.
Yeah. Quick question. Have you guys seen well, Shane, let me ask you while I get this list pulled up. Have you heard the record with Jid and Offset?
Offset? Yep, I heard it earlier today.
Okay.
I was not expecting it. I literally went to it because I saw you said something about it, and then I was scrolling, I heard a snip. I'm like, oh, that's kind of hard. And I went and I listened to it, and I'm like,
pretty good. You like Jid's verse and everything?
Yeah, I like Jid's verse, but honestly, I like Offset's verse better. Jid's just so it's because I've heard that before, Jid. Like, let's just take that verse and put it on another song.
Yeah,
like, I heard that.
That's true. That's true.
Like, he has to do something different.
That's what
I'm the king of hopping on hard features. He's been doing that for 6-7 years now.
And it's like, dog, we're done with he has boxed himself into like a gimmick rapper, almost in the sort of we know the rhyme scheme that's coming.
Okay.
Like, he's gonna finish a word with a like, I can't even explain what he's doing. He like it's like, dog, you have like a plug and place rap style at this point.
Yeah. He needs to slow it down, and he's given a slowed down record. He has on his album, but I think
you know who Jid raps like Russell Westbrook plays basketball. He has no pace to his game.
That's a really good comparison.
He has no pace to his game. Like, slow it down. Like, can I get and then go? Like, yours is just grab, rebound, go.
That's a really good.
It's just like, dog, slow. I didn't even get a chance to breathe yet. He's cooked me. I'm done with Jid.
So what do you think? Let me ask both of y'all. What do y'all think he needs to do?
Well, he's 50 years old, so I mean his window's closed.
He's done. He's as old as Steve's touchdown.
He's done. Yeah. Who? I mean, we got to put out a bolo for Tizo touchdown. I don't know where he's been at.
I think he ain't, obviously that's just a joke, but because hip hop's weird now, like the young acts
are so far beneath.
Yeah, to where like who's like the next young act who's supposed to like it was like Baby King still?
Yeah, we had that discussion, and
Baby King's done.
especially after the whole Drake and Kendrick spat, that's done now. Like, because we was having that before that beef. Who was next? Who was the next young guys? And they've all everybody done touched their
Hip
tail.
hop is even like hip hop is still whole. It's crazy that we've elevated to the best art. Hip, you know what? Hip hop's like the NBA. We're
Mm-hmm.
still worried about the Kevin Durant and Curry's, like the
Curry and
Kendrick,
LeBron.
and the Drake, and not even like look at you. You're like, yeah, but I can't wait for the Clips album. It's like
Yeah,
the 50-year-old Malice and fucking and Pusha
literally.
T. That's what we're excited for, not the young guys. Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't care about none of these young guys at all. And I don't know what they're going to do because eventually, obviously, making music is not the same as being an athlete because you can be Jay-Z and you can make music to your 50 or so you can do that whenever. But none of us believe that J. Cole or Kendrick, maybe Drake, but are going to be making music for 10, 15 more years. Like I don't think that at all.
Nah.
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't hope none.
I hope not.
I don't hope nobody. I do not want Kendrick Lamar being 52 years old coming out with the album. Keep it.
No, I mean maybe like one. Like if you go away for a long time and you just drop one,
If
and
you do what Jay-Z
even.
does,
and don't do a stadium, don't do none of that.
yeah,
I was about to say,
Jay-Z is the blueprint
Cole has
for
laid the blueprint. No pun intended.
yeah, he's laid the blueprint for older rappers. Like, come give us a feature
For
a
a
year.
rapper, just a rapper. Like he's laid the blueprint from start to finish. He progressed through rap and age out gracefully.
And this is what. Hold on, let's read Zach's comment, and then I want to touch on it. That's how I felt about Coldplay. Was so excited for their new album last year, and it's Coldplay's been watched, and it sucked. They're out of songs. Yeah, they're out of songs. That's what happens. Hold on, and
We just get a Coldplay.
this is what this is what Andre 3000 feared for. So I'm kind of in between on what y'all are saying because like a part of me itches for like an Andre 3000 because there are rare acts that are so good at what they fucking do. It's like, Andre, don't give us another flute album, dog.
Well, Andre hasn't dropped the album in
it's
20 years.
20 years.
20 years. So like that. Oh, we're like, if Kendrick goes 20 years without dropping an album, I'll say, come give us an album, dog.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
like, but go the fuck away, like to where like live your life, go do other things, disappear, and that's what we all I think that will believe, especially what Kendrick and J. Cole would do. They'll focus on their family. They'll probably in the next 5 years or sooner. Maybe I really don't know about this J. Cole retirement shit. He's almost like fucking. He's like Tom Brady when he said he was retiring. He's been saying he's retiring for 7 years now.
Rockets don't retire, they say.
Yeah, so go away. Now Drake is really interesting because Drake's like what? How old is Drake? 38 maybe?
39, 38, 39, yeah. He's the oldest of them all, him and Cole.
I don't know. And his music has translated less than both of theirs as far as his age and what he raps about and his content.
His music doesn't allow him to go away as much as that.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, Drake, if you think that we want to listen to these clubs, some like when you're 47.
No, we're getting to we age out of it.
We age even though he has a couple slaps still, and like I don't really think about his age, but like when you're 47, dog, I don't want to hear nothing of that.
No, not for real.
I don't want to hear, just imagine fucking Jay-Z dropping Big Pimpin' on for like I'm like, come on, dude.
It's so funny you mentioned that. Jay-Z writes about. He said it during the 444 era. I read that Shane knows he regret, like he says he cringes at that. He listens to those old records and
he don't like those old records.
For sure.
That's how
But that's what's happened. We cringe at like old Facebook status in like 2011.
Sure.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, no, but that's the part of growing. That's the growth part.
Yeah, that's when you know you're growing. You don't want to be I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to shit on this person, but you don't want to be a 50-year-old Boosie. And I fuck with Boosie, but you rather be a 50-year-old Jeezy or a 50-year-old T.I. where it's like, yeah, they kind of aged themselves out of the music and the culture, but at least they've aged. You know what I'm saying? Like they look back with some regrets on what they did. That shows, like you said, maturity and aging. But when you're still the 50-year-old trying to be like you Uncle Luke and not Uncle Luke, but you Trick Daddy and all that shit, you still having to perform the same. Like, could you imagine really being 50, 60? You got grandkids now, you got to get up there and perform the same songs where you telling the bitch to bend over on hands on your knees. And it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even just fucking Ja Rule put a tweet today or something, said, who shot throw on the hook?
It's like, give it up.
Ja Rule,
Give
we
it.
are done.
Red
Throw
bandana.
yourself on the hook, nigga. Be done. We're
Nah, take
done.
that red bandana out of your pocket. Like you were making a fool out of you and me.
Do you want 50 Cent to buy all your seats again?
He said Drake will be 39 this year. Yeah. So, anyway, transitioning into what I wanted to talk about in this segment is this. Have y'all seen this? Billboard's top 10 R&B acts of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I did
did
see
see
that.
this.
Beyonce at
Delusional.
4 is ridiculous.
What is?
Beyonce.
Bruh, you trying to get us
Delusional.
She that's not crazy to you?
It
That's
is
delusional.
Beyonce. I'll let Shane go first, actually.
No, that's delusional. Even me, that's
Beyonce shouldn't
delusional.
be in front of Whitney Houston, in front of James Brown, in front of Prince.
Dog, hold on. There ain't no
Or
world where
Marvin
R.
Gaye.
Kelly is not in the top 3. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that's
Huh?
a good. That's the
There's
topic.
no world where R. Kelly is not in the top 3.
Okay.
I don't care.
There's a world and there's my world.
There's
Nah,
not. I mean,
objectively,
we're talking
Hunter,
about strictly
objectively-
music. We're talking about strictly music.
Actually,
There's no world.
I ain't gonna lie. So here's the thing about this list. There's two things about this list. We got to remember, not you guys, but everybody viewing, that a part of this list, like the names on this list, that they're not. It's not about the whole entire act. Like Michael Jackson, for instance, you got to remember he's half pop and
That's what I'm saying.
a little bit of R&B. So if another list came up, Michael Jackson is clearing a lot of these names. He's coming up at number 1. But this is an
Right.
R&B list.
This is an R&B list.
So you got to look at their R&B catalog, and for that's where I have trouble with. I got trouble with Mariah Carey. That's me.
Yeah, Mariah Carey sticks out to me. He said no seal.
No,
R.
Still
Kelly's
don't-
music has not aged good. So
who hasn't aged good?
R. Kelly's.
What?
It hasn't.
Do we live in the same world?
What?
Yep. I don't
There's
think it
not
has.
a world. What do you mean?
Pound for pound,
How has Step in the Name of Love not aged well?
The album or the song?
the albums 12, Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate TP. What?
The
I
thing
don't think they
is,
have.
huh?
Huh?
I don't think they have. It was easy for me to cut him up out of my listening to music. Easy.
Okay, but that's R. Kelly's. It's that same conversation that they was having in the 2000s about Mike.
I don't know, bro. You might be. That's a wild
I
take.
ain't gonna lie.
That R. Kelly's music hasn't aged well.
Mm-mm.
In what way? Okay, elaborate. You can't just say that and not elaborate. What do you mean?
Right. I just said the biggest thing for me is it was the easiest thing. It was easier to cut out pork than
All right.
Oh shit!
Don't get me wrong, bro. I know a lot of R. Kelly. I fucked with R. Kelly before a whole bunch of shit, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm done with him. And it was the easiest thing for me to ever listen to him again.
Look, exactly.
Yeah, but you're being biased.
Not really. How?
You're allowing his rape stuff to come in.
Yeah, because when you're an artist and you make music and you talk about certain things in songs, yeah, you damn right I am.
I agree with that. And to Hunter's point, Shane, I agree with you ultimately that R. Kelly deserves to be way higher. But to Hunter's point, and which I do agree with, is that some of the records don't sound that good. I can't listen to You're Not Alone.
Go listen. Go right now, knowing what we know. Just go throw the whole album on. When's the last time you threw 12 Step of Love on? That's the whole album.
I just listened to R.
I listened to R. Kelly
before I was going out to Columbus a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what? Let me get in that bag, and I threw R. Kelly on.
So you mean to tell me if you're out and you hear Bump and Grind come on, you're like,
It's just like
no,
right.
One, I'm not saying. I mean, you're like literally pulling like his all-time smashed out and everything. Yeah, of course.
He has all-time smashes, like 50, like 20.
20 is extreme, but he does have all-time. He does have, and Bump and Grind is an all-time smash. I'm just saying, like, we all think that Trapped in the Closet's dope. The 30 Trapped in the Closet, that age dope.
No, but nobody talks about Trapped in the Closet when they talk about R. Kelly's top nothing discography.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what R. Kelly you listen to.
So I'm saying, why do we get to pick and choose? Why do we get to only choose the smashes? But like his lowlights, that he was a big part of his thing, especially later on in his career. Trapped in the Closets were fucking huge. And what?
They were, but they weren't bigger than I Believe I Can Fly. Not even close.
No, okay. That's all right. I mean, I didn't say they were as big.
So I mean, if you want to go and pick the lowest,
so
that's really not the lowest of the low.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you
right? But no, but this is the thing. Hold on, Stephen. This is the thing. His lows is Trapped in the Closet, which are smashes.
No, please. That was not a low at the
You
time.
got your passport.
Them are not low. Them are not. That's not. You're acting like when he.
When did you step into R. Kelly's catalog for real? For real?
I mean, his entire catalog. Or I mean, I grew up on R. Kelly. I've
Yes.
always loved "I Wish." I've always loved. I mean, there's mad R. Kelly songs I like that I grew up with loving. But I mean, as far as like his entire albums, 2015, 2014.
Okay.
Now, can I
Okay.
ask
But
my
I mean,
question?
even before those, I knew
You knew
30
it.
R. Kelly songs that fucked with him heavy. I knew. So I'm saying all his.
I'm saying is you have almost less than a decade of really fucking with
I
it.
mean, like I said, that's not true. We just all agreed that R. Kelly has mad smashes. I knew all his smashes. I knew all shit. I'm talking about when
Okay, we're not gonna go down the whole thing, but let's go a few of them.
a few of what.
Ignition.
Okay. Yep.
Ain't, go-
Has that
ain't
aged
going
well enough?
nowhere.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. Let's do Same Girl.
Ain't going nowhere. I'm a
Ain't
flirt.
going nowhere. Bump and Grind.
Go ahead.
Huh? What? No, I
I
want to hear what
mean, I
Hunter said.
love Same Girl, but I just don't think it aged that good. I don't. But okay.
Huh?
One.
Okay.
I don't
Anyway,
know
Bump and
if this
Grind.
is because of every his situation going on, but like there hasn't been. I'm not the club guy. I'm not the whatever, but I've been to a few. And
You don't even gotta be the club guy. R. Kelly will be played at your
no, he
wedding.
will not be. That's delusional.
That's a
No, it's
whack wedding.
not.
Oh, I'm sorry, reception. R. Kelly will be played at
No,
your
he
reception.
won't.
Don't limit it. Don't limit it to him. Don't limit it to him. Say he's played at reception.
That's crazy. But I don't really want to be at no reception where Step in the Name of Love don't come in. I
Oh,
ain't gonna lie
believe
to
me,
you.
my music.
Step in the Name of Love?
No,
So R. Kelly is ruled out at Hunter's wedding. We got.
I don't listen to R. Kelly no
That's
more. I haven't listened to R. Kelly
crazy,
since 2018.
It's not about you, dude.
It,
Niggas want to step in the name of love. You're not going to erase Step in the Name of Love.
okay.
What are you talking about?
That'll be easy for me, dog. Trust me. I'm very versatile to where I can replace his ass fast.
Okay, what you replacing Step in the Name of Love with?
We gotta start chopping.
I want to hear what he replaces Step in the Love with. Step in the Name
I don't
of
know.
Love.
I don't know, but
What's your replacement for it? The Cupid Shuffle?
no. First off, I'm not a line dance
Girl is a
motherfucker.
classic,
Anyway.
but Usher is sketchy also.
Man,
Where
hush.
is Usher on this list?
That I had other beefs.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all.
Usher
Slow
should
down.
be
We
up
got
there.
stuck with R. Kelly. We got to chop down this list. Hunter, let me ask you: are you okay with R. Kelly being in the top 10?
I mean, I guess
Objectively.
R&B, yeah, but I was just saying I'm low key having Usher in front of R. Kelly.
Okay, let's chop down this list. Shane says R. Kelly deserves to be top 3. Hunter says he's Fringe top 10. I say, looking at this particular list, he should be top 5 for me. Okay, what? So
What? Beyonce is on the ass end of 10.
okay, hold on.
agree.
We're gonna do this together real quick. Who sticks out like a sore thumb? We saying Mariah Kelly,
Mariah Carey, Beyonce.
Mariah Carey, and
Mariah Carey only because of what you said as far as she's pop. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
And even so, like Usher needs to be up in here somewhere, and somebody got to
Aretha
go.
Franklin got to go. Let's be real.
Aretha Franklin's getting her ass up.
Bill Russell,
Well, hold
Hunter, Bill Russell is
Hold
fun.
on.
Bill Russell is fun.
Hold on.
She's literally Bill Russell.
Y'all doing the thing.
Come on, do it. No, all right.
What? She's Bill Russell.
She's Bill Russell, man.
A legend.
Bruh, Bill Russell.
That's who she is.
So you never heard Natural Woman?
She ain't top 2.
You ain't never heard Natural Woman?
I didn't say I never heard no Aretha Franklin. Of course we've heard Aretha Franklin. I'm just saying that she's like certain acts.
You ain't never
heard
give me no
R.E.S.P.C.T.?
Aretha Franklin over no Whitney Houston. You ain't giving me.
Nah, Whitney.
I got a problem with this list. I ain't gonna lie. The names on the list are banging.
I do too.
But James Brown.
There's no world where Marvin Gaye is behind.
Marvin Gaye is a top 3 or 2 R&B act. He's back. To me, this is. Let me give y'all my list from this list. Stevie 1, I'm cool with.
Yep, I'm cool with Stevie at 1.
Where's Luther Vandross? He's R&B. I mean, he's in the top 10.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else I can just come to my head who would come to my top 10.
Usher.
James Brown like the most sampled man of all time in R&B?
He's funk.
Yeah, but that's
It
R&B.
is.
That's
It's a
soul.
branch, but I don't know, man.
Funk is so R&B, and he's like the most sampled man of all time. Like you got like
Okay, I'm going Stevie, Marvin, Stevie Marvin.
R. Kelly. That's my three.
Okay, Stevie Marvin, R. Kelly. I'm not mad. You give me Mike.
No one's putting Erykah Badu or D'Angelo in here, or
Oh,
No, 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 no,
oh.
no, no. We're talking about the heavy hitters, dog.
Erykah Badu's not a heavy hitter.
No. Yeah, she is, but not when you put her up next to R. Kelly or Usher.
I would agree with that, but like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, and
No, I said that. Mariah Carey needs to go, but Usher has to come in. So, and then Beyonce needs to go. So then,
And
and
what about
Aretha
Anita
Franklin needs to
Baker?
go.
I mean, I don't know, man. If there's Anita Baker, there's all types of people, but we collectively all agree Mariah Carey needs to go. We can replace her with Usher.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
and I don't know, man. Usher needs to be higher on this list, bro. Like people act like Usher's 2004 isn't still the best R&B run that we've seen since R. Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, Usher is,
Dog, Usher has slaps from like 98 up to like 2000.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Usher wasn't able to keep up for real. What was the album? Like his last album that made really any noise was the one with Trading Places.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I said
2011.
2011 with Moving Mountains and
2011.
shit on it.
So you give me what? That's Usher from 97 to 2011.
he really dropped the album.
That's
He
what
really
I'm
dropped that
saying.
album in 2016. I was fucking with. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie,
remember.
but
Yeah, but we was done. We
it's
was done with him by
collectively
then.
done. He
That
didn't
girl
have
came
no
out said
hits
he
on
had
it or nothing.
herpes
But
and
I'm just
shit.
saying it was one
It
of
was
them when I
good.
went out the fence and I used to fuck with it heavy.
Look at Zach. He said, "What about Bill Withers? Rest in peace, Bill Withers." But nah, he ain't cracking him.
Sorry,
Chris
So
Brown.
the point of the matter,
Chris Brown. I wouldn't be mad if somebody making an argument for Chris Brown,
a
but
The
lot of
problem with Chris
people.
Brown is
over.
we're done. I hate a motherfucker who's been around for 20 years or longer than 20 years, and you got one classic album at your first album.
Yeah, but a lot of
That's
that's
my
because
beef
of
with Chris
that
Brown.
award,
But
that
you know
Rihanna
me,
shit.
I've been very slanderous of Christopher Brown. But I ain't gonna lie. When I was just going through his shit like last year, I'm like, man, I can't lie. Even though he don't give me a real good full body of work, he still, even through all this Rihanna shit, even through the industry blackball, even through the Disney Channel beats, he still be, man, that residual song last year, he'll give you a hit every year, bro. Every year, Chris
He
Brown is
Yeah,
will.
a hit. I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie.
And I'm not even the big Chris Brown guy, like on his albums, but he will give you a hit
Yeah,
every year.
every year Chris Brown done been on the radio with a hit. I can't lie. But
No,
I
no,
don't,
no. John COVID vaccine legend.
no, of course not. John Legend don't crack.
Yeah, hell no.
But
He don't even got a
like
classic
I
John
album.
said,
Legend.
I'm all right
Well,
with getting rid
get
of.
get lifted. Get lifted is
Yeah,
my
Get Up
shit,
is a
but
dead classic for sure.
yeah.
yeah, that's a
That's his
classic
only
for
one
sure. But
though.
I would say it's a classic, but I don't know if people revere it as
I
a
think they
Alicia,
classic.
do.
Alicia Keys, Jill Scott.
But Alicia Keys is top 10 for me. Sorry, I mean
She ruined it. I ain't gonna lie. She ruined it, bro.
bro. Alicia Keys has a few classics.
Wait, why you
I
think
don't
she
like
ruined
her.
it?
I don't like the second half of her career at all.
Zone, 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 zone.
Okay, but that don't.
Nah, he just
We
said
don't.
that about Chris
We
Brown.
just
He
talked
just
about
said
the
that about
last.
Chris Brown.
It's
Alicia Keys.
been.
No,
It's
let me go. Ice up. Alicia Keys came out the gate like Chris Brown, even though she gave us like two projects. I ain't gonna lie. After her two projects, and she just started doing placement records, where she did like Empire State. She just been like placement records. Unthinkable. This girl's on fire. She ain't giving us nothing since
Slaps.
2003.
Then
yeah.
you were just naming slaps.
For sure, but like, where's the album? Come on,
Right.
Alicia.
Yeah, I mean, but Hunt, to be fair, you just did the same thing for R. Kelly. You're like, yeah, but those are the slaps. It's like, yeah, well, let's talk about the ones that aren't the slaps.
But
Man,
I was just about to say that about when Stephen said, I don't like the second half of his career. You like R. Kelly's second half of his career?
You want me
it's
to
a
answer that
good point.
truthfully?
It's a good point you make, but when somebody, I ain't
Go
gonna,
look at R. Kelly's last 3 albums, last 4 albums.
he's going.
I don't
This
know what his last
listen,
3 albums were,
listen. I already got
Exactly.
foresight. I already
but
got
that
foresight.
don't mean nothing.
This is somehow going to turn into Hunter using Eminem as an example. Watch.
No,
But
no.
listen. When you are a legend and you create a foundation as early
Yeah.
and often as R. Kelly and Marvin Gaye and even Kanye West, like when we really encapsulate Kanye West's career, we're not gonna remember. Like, there's gonna be people that are gonna try to use these new albums, but like we all know he's out of his.
That's what I'm saying. When some people have given you enough powerful body of work that you don't need nothing else from them, whether they put out a bad album again or not.
And we stop counting it for some people.
Right.
I guess.
When Kanye West's discography is all said and done, we are not going to talk about Vultures
at all.
Or whatever this new shit is that just came out. I don't even know the name of it.
Zach, I see the names you're listing. No, now Diana Ross is a name you can list, but Tina Turner and Gladys Knight, they ain't gonna crack it, but
ain't gonna get it done.
Diana Ross is somebody that you can make a case for. But that's it with that. I mean, as long as we know Mariah Carey don't belong in here, I'm all right with Prince and Mike. And I just want to clarify for everybody on another list that they would be higher probably, but this is strictly R&B. It's so funny that we got this list up earlier today. Shane was just playing or talking about "Adore" by Prince, and that's a great R&B record. And Mike, I ain't gonna lie, if Mike had a little bit more time, he'd have climbed up this list. Don't act like when Mike got with when Mike ended up getting with fucking I'm having a brain fart. It'll come to me. When Mike switched over to his R&B gear in the 90s, he was smacking niggas up the head. Don't act like it didn't happen, bro. Mike had R&B records for real.
Big time.
For real. But yeah, I got Stevie. I got Marvin. I ain't gonna lie. Pound for pound, I don't think a lot of niggas could do much with Marvin. I ain't gonna lie. He just died early. He just died early and shit. But like the songwriting, the actual vocal performances, the live performances, the
like album. A lot of people have that What's Going On album is like a top greatest 2 album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Him and Stevie probably, I ain't gonna lie. There's Stevie, Mike, Prince, and Marvin on here that got the best catalog out of here. James Brown got a good catalog. Beyonce's off my list.
That's what I'm saying. Beyonce's not in my team. And y'all know we were just arguing about Beyonce. She's not in the top 15. She's not in the top 15, maybe 20.
She's a top 10 act. I ain't gonna lie, but just my top 10, she ain't gonna crack it.
Nah.
Jimi Hendrix ain't no R&B, Zach.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix ain't no R&B at all. Y'all ready for some war? We only got a little bit of time left. Let me see here.
I still cannot believe Hunt is shitting on R. Kelly like this, bro.
I low-key...
I'm surprised, bro.
You know what? When we get to Houston, quiz me on R. Kelly, and I haven't listened to him in 7 years. You'd be so surprised at how much R. Kelly I know.
That is so crazy, bro.
Speaking of old,
it's like
speaking of old acts, like acts that are new but are old in age. Here's the new guy in R&B.
Stop it. How you just gonna take off your clothes and sit right there? That's it, that right there. How you just do whatever you want.
Shout out to my guy, Leon. He's cleaning up this year. He's doing P-Boo Bryson. Zach, stop naming people, boy. You're done. But how you feel about him, Hunter? How you feel about his little run? How y'all feel about his little run?
He's all right. He's cool. I mean,
can I say something?
Go ahead.
Mutt is one of the most overrated songs I've ever heard.
It's very overrated. He's all right. I mean, I've heard.
Hold on, let Shane go. I'm gonna explain this.
It's way too.
You mean overrated in the sense where it doesn't match the level of where
the hype and push has gotten. It's gotten like 3 remixes and like.
Okay,
it's just not like it's a decent song, but like
because there's 2 different types of overrated when people say it. There's the overrated where Hunter always says.
I'm sorry, overhyped. I should have said overhyped, not overrated.
Boom.
Overhyped. It's one of the most overhyped songs that we've heard in recent years.
I would agree, but it's a good song.
He's not to me. I mean,
like he got the push from doing snooze and shit. Like that's where his push came from.
For sure. Then,
yeah, like
he got so much. Yeah, and I mean, he's cool, but
he's cool. But like
I know a lot of R&B, and he's not like He's not nowhere near like a Lucky Day or nothing like that to me. And
Yeah, and he don't got the
No, I don't know about that. I
he
don't
don't
know.
got the aura, bro. He don't got the aura. You know
he's
who
just
he
getting
is?
a push.
He's
What?
like he's like Quentin Miller if he got a push.
No. Why are you
Um,
saying this on the stream?
Yeah,
because he's just not that. I mean, he's all right,
he's not
but that's
he's not the guy.
I know a lot of undercover, or not even
He's
undercover, but
way too Queen Latifah, way too dyke for me.
he does look like that. I'm weak as fuck.
Like, but you gotta have some more aura, dude.
Well,
I'm
you
sorry.
you have trouble with his image, even though he's cleaned his image up. Do I got to pull him up on Victorious?
No,
He's come
no.
he's come a
He got
long
big.
way.
I'd be for. See, the thing is I don't even associate him with that because I didn't watch that stuff.
I didn't
But
watch
now that you
Victorious
say
either,
that,
but I remember his ass on there.
He was
yeah,
classic.
I don't even remember
His
that. I don't
grandfather
even
was
remember
funny.
that. He
His
just has
grandfather-
big thighs, and I don't like him.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Him up there singing "Lady" by D'Angelo. This remix is fire. I ain't gonna lie. I like Leon Thomas, and I think he's of the same ilk of a Lucky Day.
No.
I could go through my
Musicianship,
No.
pound for pound.
Lucky Day's a performer.
So ain't this guy? Did you see him at the
Not
BET
the
Awards?
same. I'm talking about take your shirt off and dance on a stool.
Okay, so he's Usher.
Lucky Day is Usher type. Yeah.
And
I'm
I'm
telling
saying
you, bro, Leon Thomas is just a famous writer. That's it.
and
He will be done in 5 years. Max. 3 years max.
Lucky Day's still waiting on his big blow. Lucky Day's
Lucky
the jit of R&B. Lucky Day's the jit of R&B.
Nah, bro. Leon Thomas don't have a real fan base. Lucky Day does.
Oh, that's a good point.
Leon
I'm
Thomas
just,
is
That's
very
a-
microwave. But he makes
you
good
know,
music. He's a good writer. But he's just this is why some people are writers and some people are artists.
That's also true. That's a good point.
He's a famous writer. That's
We'll
all
have
he
to
is.
see if he really has a core fan base. I'm not sure because he had this song that just took him out of here. Like you said,
Let's
the
see what this
Snooze
next album does.
lie about him writing Snooze blew him up, and then he was on Drake's album and helped on Drake. And he got all in the industry, and then now here we are.
And then they gassed up Mutt.
he
Yeah,
can never be the dream.
that's
He
true.
can never be right.
Yeah, he can't be the dream, and there's not a lot of people out there that can be the dream. I don't think
The
people,
dream's a legend,
people don't-
undercover legend.
they don't
Yeah.
put respect on the dreams.
He can never be Neo.
Never could be Neo.
No, absolutely not.
Neo is so
Those
slept
are
on. It's not
those are
even
two forgotten
funny.
acts in the mid 2000s that don't get the flowers that they deserve. And
Bruh.
it ain't even that their music aged bad, it's just that their music stayed in that time. It didn't age bad.
It didn't age bad at all. Neo got slapped to this day.
And they're still good.
For sure.
No matter how you have, no matter how many freaky ass bitches he got and how many
Don't
niggas
matter.
and how many times he wears lip gloss.
Don't
Neo
matter.
got better.
Yeah.
Neo is a nasty freak, bro. Be for real, bro. I don't
He
like
is, bro.
I don't
And he
like
got all them girlfriends.
bro. I don't like that nigga's look at all.
He's sick with that bald head.
Big bald head. He got those one type lips, super glossy, and then the eyebrows. But when we
He's a
talking
sick.
about laying records down, Neo got them things. We talking about solo records. We talking about albums, and we talking about features, bro. Oh shit, my thing dropped. Real quick before we get on to Bombs Over Baghdad, and Hunter, you need to get caught up to speed, bro. But
With what?
what about this Pusha T Travis Scott thing?
Oh, I mean, I've seen clips and stuff. Pusha T's being a bully.
I like it.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah. I just don't.
Wait, why you
I
say
know-
push it? Why you say push being a bully?
Because he knows it is. What the fuck's Travis Scott gonna do?
Nah, but it's different, bro. Because they said the way Travis Scott went in there was on like some like little bro was trying to like little bro was like trying to like star power them. Because
I'm not saying that Push isn't like
Right.
isn't justified in what he's doing. I'm just saying that no one there.
but I'm
there's
saying
not,
it's bullying. It's bullying from our perspective because we know Push is pin.
Yeah.
It's not bullying to Push because Push knows that Travis Scott looks at everybody else as peons because his star power, but he's not a real
I
artist.
think it's
or
bullying
rapper.
in the fact that anybody that knows anything knows that there's not a world where Travis Scott can do anything.
But isn't bullying perspective based,
It can
perception based?
He
Yeah.
said,
The world don't perceive. The world perceives push as punching up at Travis Scott.
no.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
no, no.
know about
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about. Okay, for instance,
No, you only mean in star power. Nobody's perceiving it like that. Everybody thinks he's punching down. Everybody thinks that. That's
bruh,
because
I'm literally I'm just talking about people that aren't savvy, right? That just have a very, very base level. The other day, I sent something into the group chat with my homeboy Jay, and he said, "I don't want to hear nothing about what Pusha T got to say."
okay, but I understand what you're saying, but that's a notoriety thing. I think anybody that knows, like
But that's what we're saying. I'm talking about just a
I
baseline
don't
of.
even think you have to know. I don't. I'm saying anybody that even knows the slightest thing, they don't even got to know any detail. They know that what Hunter said is true. That Travis Scott can't do anything with Pusha T.
I don't think a lot of people believe that, bruh. I'm telling you, I really don't. Some people think that Travis Scott don't just be saying, "Yeah."
Yeah, Bun B. Listen, Bun B. My homeboy Shane seen you in the grocery store. Next time he sees you in the grocery store, you need to tell him, don't get Travis Scott's ass ripped on this mic. He's sitting around talking about Travis Scott is still from Houston and still from down south and we'll protect him and he'll be good. And I think we can keep up with Pusha T in a rap battle. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's delusional, bro.
Are you crazy?
That's delusional.
Like, God, Lee, have you ever seen a hyena around a fucking pack of lions?
So be it.
That ain't what I wanted to play. That's not what I wanted to
Nah,
play.
but
So
yeah,
Hunter
Go
feels
ahead.
like what?
Actually being in Paris.
So be it. So be it. So be it. So
Came through carrying the Utopia briefcase.
Right.
That's what I'm
You know,
saying,
doing his
bro.
whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
You know,
Drake on
Yeah,
Travis Scott
yeah.
talking about melting
P,
Pharrell's jewelry.
and all of that. That was a corny. Like, you shouldn't have been here anyway.
Yeah.
Him specifically too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping.
That's all I need right there. Rappers, get love. That's all I gotta say. Get love. This Clips album is about to have some shit on it. I ain't gonna lie. I can already tell. I'm not even shocked if there's not 12 diss records on there for each different rapper. I'm seriously not shocked. Jim Jones thinks he's about to get away scot-free. Y'all remember Jim Jones diss Pusha T last year? He's not getting. Yeah, he did. And he's still talking shit this year. He's not going to get away scot-free. Pusha T's going to have some bars for him, and this album's about to be fire. But my main point
But
on
are
this...
we like in 2003 or Jim Jones and Pusha T?
Yes, we need to be. Yes, we need to be. That's the goal. That's what
It's
we're...
like, I mean, we're in 2001 and 2003 and everything. The finals is the Knicks, or was the Knicks and the Pacers, and or the Eastern Conference Finals, and now the fucking Pacers are good.
Yep. Eagles are back. Dodgers are back. Otani, baseball's back.
Baseball's back. It's literally yeah, wrestling ain't making a comeback.
Sounds like the golden age is back.
It's the golden age, and I'm not mad. Listen,
I'm not mad either.
Rappers want to get on the mic and talk shit. Here's the thing. Y'all know me. I'm not mad at somebody. Yeah, there you go, Lang. Let God sort them out. Exactly. I already know there's about to be shots all on this bitch. We got a incoming Kendrick verse that we've heard is going to be pretty shake the table. So my whole point, I just want to stick to this Travis Scott thing real quick. I love Pusha T.
Real quick, is there a point where we're done with Kendrick shaking the table?
No. Mm-mm.
Like, he don't ever get tired?
Or
we don't ever get tired?
Yeah, we will. But when certain things need to be said,
I mean, he's just been saying shit. Another shaking table. Like,
there's only 1 to 5 guys that's gonna do it. I'm not mad at it. I want the rap exterminator to come out, and I ain't talking about Kendrick. I'm talking about anybody that is carrying this Pusha T energy, this Kendrick energy, They need to stand up to the forefront right now because all back when mumble rapper, this is exactly what J. Cole wanted to accomplish when he sat down with Lil Pump, but he wasn't able to accomplish the goal.
We don't talk about that.
He wasn't able to accomplish the goal because he didn't have a lot of backing behind him. He didn't have the right proper approach. You have to come in and shake the table. You have to come in and say, fuck you niggas. You have to come in and say, I don't like his whole makeup. That's what Pusha T said. His whole Travis Scott character, I don't like him. And that I love that in rap because I've been sick for 10 years of rappers lying to each other. Stop lying. Y'all don't like each other. Fight. And Hunter's like, he don't care. It's like, beneath him and shit like that. But this is the direction you need in order for you to get a rise in quality music. If more quality rappers do what Pusha T's doing and punch on people like Travis Scott, then it raises the bar for actually quality rappers. And then maybe Jid could get a fucking radio placement. You guys say what?
I'm with it. Like I said, especially when people try to sun you and it's like, dog, I will wrap circles around you. Don't come in here with your briefcase and doing all that. Don't matter in here. Like I look like it's like when a certain person that we all know sucks at basketball.
Yeah.
We all make fun of him.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's cute. All your TikTok videos, all that's fine. But when you step into the gym
with real players,
when people are watching you, you are an afterthought. You will get picked up last. Like,
yeah.
Or get in the booth.
This is a real question for both of you. At some point, do you guys not think that it's just like just like, do y'all ever believe in, like, I mean, you might not, but I'm just saying, at some point, do you not just think that it's just like, I mean, okay, and
no.
Wait, what are you saying? Are you saying like who cares? You can't get to a point where you say who cares.
Why can't you? We do it all the time.
No, but like because okay. Now what happens when we just start saying who cares? Like it's who cares about football anymore, bro? Like we don't care about that. Life ain't about rings. I'm a dad. It don't matter. Like it's like it don't
hold
matter.
on. Well, hold on. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about as the whole genre, or the whole thing, or the whole. I'm talking about like you guys. Do you guys think that when you are 40 something years old, if someone said something mean to you?
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, do you you believe in taking the high road ever? Just being like, who cares? Like, I don't even care. Stefan had
You're being way too because you're removing the competitive nature of the thing.
I'm not just talking about hip hop. I'm asking you.
I know you're not, but I'm saying but when you remove it from hip hop, you can't just place it somewhere else because it's not like I don't have the same competitive nature that I do at my job or in my workplace as I would in a basketball game. Yes, if I'm 40 and I'm still hooping and somebody steps on the court and I think I still got it, and you disrespect me, I'm coming at you.
I have so much to say, man. Go ahead, Hunter, with your rebut. I have so much to say.
You're not going to be, especially you, Hunter. Let's just say in a world where you're still in shape, whatever, and you're 40 years old, and some young dude comes on the court and thinks I'm taking it at you. It's not just gonna be like
I might know.
Nah, I'm talking about in a world where you're somewhat still in shape.
Right, I know. I could be in the best shape all the time. I'm not. I still think that I would be content. Like, I'm not saying to like completely be nonchalant and not care at all, or like even a couple of drive. Let me show these youngsters what I got. I'm still him. Blah blah. I'm just talking about like the total, always aggressiveness. Always let somebody get to you. Always let somebody like. Fuck.
Hold on, let me go.
Let me arena though, bro. When you step in that arena,
let me go real quick. To answer your question, I want you to pin the test. Who are you putting?
No one specifically, because I mean, I only did this because you just bring up the Push clip. Y'all know I fuck with Push. I'm a huge fan of Push. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying eventually Push is like, we let you rap about cocaine for 30 years.
That's true.
We don't care. We don't want nothing else but cocaine from your ass.
Right.
We love aggressive yuck Push.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think
I love when he said, even though I really didn't, we thought it was the most delusional take of the year when he said, "I'm the best rapper living."
But that's who you're talking to, somebody that thinks that.
And that's why I asked you two specifically, is there ever a point to where you're just like let me make my music, and like it's
You
not
never had to
all
be
of,
that competitive, bro. At that time, like he's been hip hop's doctor or cocaine's Dr. Seuss. He told you that. So I
yeah.
carry that moniker with me everywhere I
But
go.
I'm just saying, even in hip hop, you can make music without being always on the aggressive side.
But do we want Push not always on the aggressive side?
Yeah, I mean, other than well, no, I mean directing it as somebody. Of course, Push only has one
That's what I'm
rap
saying.
style.
We can't single this in and make it seem like this is Push. This is what Push
I'm
does.
not only that I just only this is I'm not talking only about Push at all. This goes across
Okay.
many genres, across many any other thing. I'm just saying, as I get older, Tupac said it. Okay, so don't I didn't say it.
What he said.
What
Tupac
he
said it.
say? What he say?
A quote he got.
Tupac
Sometimes you got.
said
Sometimes you got to turn the other cheek.
Oh, is this a
no.
real quote or you just?
This is a real quote.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Tupac said it. He said, "As you get older, now don't apply to me per se, but he
Oh,
said,
okay.
as
You don't
black
want to.
men get older,
You don't get
they
no
lose the
loud.
fight,
You don't
and
get no.
they get done. Like they
You don't.
get done.
You don't see no loudmouth 30-year-olds.
You don't see no loudmouth 30-year-old except Pusha T. He's the only loudmouth 30.
All right, let me have my rebuttal. With Pusha
Let
T,
me.
you
Go ahead.
can't
Go ahead.
you can't eliminate that there's been an antagonist in this situation. That's
For
one.
sure.
You're just eliminating that he's been antagonized, at least in his perspective. He's been antagonized for the
Yeah,
last 2 albums now. He's been antagonized. We didn't get this push. But prior to Daytona, I mean, he'll say shit here and there. He has disgusting rappers and a lot of people out there, but he's been antagonized over the last couple albums.
here's a good point. I never want to see Kendrick do. Kendrick, we got it.
Yeah,
Whoop Drake's ass, we got it. Kendrick don't got to you. We saw Joey Badass call him out for weeks straight, and Kendrick looked at that and said,
please,
"Boo, please, I don't care." Like Kendrick is not on the Kendrick can get aggressive or something, and he can rap aggressive, but like my point is, Kendrick has ignores more shit by a lot
for sure,
than he takes serious.
for sure.
And I'm saying because you know why? Because he's worked on his family and himself, and he's worrying about other music and other goals to where he's like, I don't give a fuck what Joey Badass is saying right now. I don't care. So I mean, in regard, it's like obviously he's still performing. I'm saying in 2 years, I don't really want to hear Kendrick in a rap battle or keep doing. I don't care if he's the best. I just don't want to do it. I'd rather hear Kendrick putting
Back,
out
back.
different type of content, different type of music, different type of like that's what I because at some point, at some point when you grow up, you're
I
just
hate when
like
y'all
me.
do this.
Kids.
I hate when y'all do this. I hate when y'all do this.
Do what?
Like, dog, just like what? So, like, you can't get mad when you're 40.
No. No,
You
of
can't want
course
to
you can
sock a
get
nigga when you're 40.
of course you can, but you want to do it you should want to do it way less than you did when you was 20.
For sure, but that's what I'm saying. We can't just make it seem like Push just been running
I'm
around
not
socking
saying
niggas.
it's once again, I'm not only talking
You're
about
right.
push.
You did pull it off on Push. You did pull it off
I
on
pulled
Push.
it off push, but I'm saying I don't even know this whole push situation. It was really just a joke, but it was just I'm just saying in all regard with everything of just like motherfucker, we're at war.
Yeah, there's bigger fish
But
to fry.
so,
Like sometimes there be bigger fish, and I
but
just be
is
like,
there
who
really?
cares?
Deando in the chat. Shout out to Deando.
And I get flies hell special wearing fat. But who like we're saying that, but we were just talking about the other day about people that don't know the first thing about the first thing of war. Like that don't move some people's needle that we're at war.
I mean, you're right, but then but you know what? Don't let the fucking person on Facebook that called him a bitch move it into their needle. Like I'm not just talking about celebs. I'm just talking about like
People
everybody,
in
us
general.
people as wholes.
I just want to.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. That's why I asked you two
I
specifically.
just don't want to live in a world where everybody has to turn the other cheek.
Me
I
neither.
agree.
Me neither.
I don't want to like, and I don't want to
I
minimize.
don't turn the cheek. I don't turn the cheek every other time. I'll curse a motherfucker in a heartbeat. I'll cut somebody out if I need to. If I'm
Okay.
really mad, I don't. Y'all would
Okay.
see me arguing, yell, and scream. I don't care about that.
Shit,
But
Kendrick just
stuff,
said he'll cut his granny off if she don't agree with him.
And I agree.
sure
I'm
will,
sure will too.
sure will, easy.
What he
But my
say?
point is, this is my point. This is what I do. I'll cut you off and not say a thing about it. It ain't about screaming and yelling. It's
Yeah, it
about you're
is.
done.
Yeah, it is.
Not to me. It's
Some
about you're done.
but there's a man with different ways to skin a snake.
You're right, and I'm not saying neither is wrong. I'm just saying, Stephen was ahead of the curve, which we didn't believe. Stephen was 23 years old, saying a motherfucker come and chop sock me in the jaw. I don't know if I'm doing anything anymore.
Right.
And me and you were like, no, that's not happening. He's like, I don't know, man, because
It's
it just
get
be
like
like,
that. Life gets comfortable. You put on some weight, it gets comfortable.
and you just like, I don't give a fuck no more.
And
Like,
it depends on how many blunts you might have.
yeah, yeah. And I'm just saying,
Okay, I think you feel
overall,
different about that now being a dad, though.
in which regard?
You're not letting somebody just walk. If your son was 4 years old, you're not letting another man walk up on you and sock you.
No, I was. You know what? You how delusional my brain is. I was driving down the car the other day. There was this random dude I've never seen out on my block mowing the grass, and I was thinking, I wish you would say something to my son.
That's so delusional. That's so delusional.
But that's me, and that's me in a delusional state that I try to stay away from. I'm just saying, bro, that I don't know, bro. I just don't feel that. I don't have that like. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I've lost a lot of competitive edge from when I'm, my peak of competitiveness in life, whatever. But I'm saying, Stefan, like at one point, even me right now, me losing some competitive edge is still more competitive than most people will ever be.
Yeah,
And
I think your competitive edge has just transformed into different avenues.
Stephen said something one day. It was really quick and passionate. I was on the game. You two was talking. Y'all got off. Me and Stephen was on the game, and I lost in Madden. And Stephen was like, "Damn, you're really mad." And he was like, "I wish I had that competitive edge about something."
Yep.
Right. I just think you know what it is. It's the same quote I was joking with you the other day. What Rick Sanchez said. I don't care what makes you guys cheer no more. So it's the same regards where if like some dude who I don't care, like I've always said it, when people get mad about words and someone like you're a bitch and people like, I'll beat the fuck, it's like, who cares that some random guy called me a bitch? I don't care. I don't value what you say at all. So like I don't care. Like, and there's other
I think
people.
that's a little. I think that's a very
big Buddha right there. That's big Buddha.
Hold on.
I'm trying to get
hold on, because I think this is way more nuanced than what he's saying. Yes, that's easy to say because we all have control of our emotions in that way. A random person could walk in here. And, y'all seen the crazy video of the one dude that came in here? Like that stuff don't move me. Now, I'm gonna keep putting you in the dad role. Your son, 4 or 5 years old, and maybe one of his other uncles, not us, comes in the room and says, "Your dad's a bitch." Looks you right in your face and say that to you, and he ain't gonna do nothing about it. With your son right there.
But that's just not realistic. So that's kind of hard.
But I'm saying, but I'm saying, realistic. But that's
okay. Even let me get a word in edgewise, bro. I got so much to say.
That's just not realistic. And one, I don't think we would fight. I think
it
that
could
I
be.
can. I did a great job at making people.
Fuck those scenarios.
Go ahead.
Let me paint this scenario because you were just like, we're way over here, bro.
Yeah.
You work, right? There was a period where you had a supervisor that was super lenient, super cool, and you did what you did. You did your job. You don't like being micromanaged. Good, everybody kind of understands that, right? You got a new supervisor, and I'm paraphrasing. I know I don't got all the details. You got a new supervisor who was a little bit more hands-on, and she followed up and did little shit that you didn't like, right? And it grinded your teeth, did it not?
Yeah.
You muted.
Can you hear me?
You still muted. Yeah, I can hear you now. So in this scenario, because I got the perfect parallel, Pusha or Kendrick or whoever we're talking about in this scenario, you got to remember that these are their coworkers. This is like musical chairs. The industry is like musical chairs. You got labels, you got execs, you got the artists, and then there's only placements and spots for a few people. So this is just like any job, any competitive field out there, to where you're seeing people that you don't believe in their skill set, you don't believe in their work habits, you don't like their character, you don't like their image, you don't like this and that about them. So I don't want to minimize. I get what you're saying in the grand scope of life and stuff, and I do agree with you. There is some shit where you just got to be like, I'm cool. But we got to remember that these are hired professionals. This is a job for them as well. And a lot of people in a other scope, they take this shit serious. Even myself, like, at first I thought you were asking, like, will me and Shane ever get tired of being as passionate about this discussion? Which I'm sure I will, but on the other hand, you got to remember this is culture. And there's a lot of hip hop, I mean, not a lot of hip hop acts, but there are a few hip hop acts. There are a few people that observe music and stuff like that from this lens that this is our culture. This is Black culture that we're commercializing and selling to people. So, like, yeah, some people are really serious about protecting that. And from Push's vantage point, no, you don't get tired of, if you feel like you got a coworker, you Hunter, that is getting a raise, you know what I'm saying, and getting more money than you, and got a better salary than you, better benefits than you, and you don't believe in them, you'll have some words for them, would you not? In a competitive, if like, remember, rap, you're able to do that. You're able to do that. You're able to get your shit off on record. You wouldn't care? I don't think so.
Maybe. I'm not saying you're wrong. Maybe I would. I just don't. Once again, I don't. I'm not disagreeing with you as far as like the hip hop. That's why I generalize it to like everything. Because I saw someone on Facebook earlier feel like a victim for no reason.
Yeah.
And that's what it really. You bring a Pusha T, and then my brain connected those two.
Right.
And I'm not saying that he's a victim for no reason. I'm just saying, I hate how we're grown now. We're 30 years old, and people can let anybody and everybody affect their moods and let them get under their skin. And it's like, you got to be like, it's a rare case scenario where someone can really get under my skin, and like change my mood and have me jumping off the wall.
For sure.
And I'm just saying, that's why I was asking, at some point, is it just like, come on, guys.
And I agree with you.
There's even times where, I don't know if you've noticed, like, and don't get me wrong, there's still, here, perfect example. Me and Stephen have argued for Kobe Bryant till we were blue and couldn't breathe since 2008. And we still get caught up in doing that every once in a while. We did it with Tech. We still get mad. We're like, motherfucker, understand.
For sure.
But it's like, what? It's once a year now?
Yeah.
It's like nowhere near how it was. So like now I'll just, those times where I hear you arguing with someone, I'll just sit back like, I don't even care.
I don't care. Right.
So it's more of that, to where like I don't care about proving my point no more when I know I'm right. It's just like, I don't even care. When I'm talking to a doofus, it's like I don't care what you got to say anymore. So I'm right, you're wrong, and that's what that is.
Yeah.
I do think that's a little bit different from the parallel Stefan was drawing up, though, in the frame of that's not competitive. Your your workplace is competitive. That's where you have skin in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This directly impacts you, the perception on you, and how much you're incentivized and looked upon your peers.
For sure.
Yeah.
The argument with Kobe on Facebook don't really move nobody's needle no more.
It ain't even about on Facebook. It's just, I'm hoping I can be in the game with somebody. And I mean, you guys are right, because like, with Ohio State, it's, or even with the Dolphins, I'm going to argue for them, but it's still even so much less. Like you can go through my Facebook of me trying to prove the two, but then you realize that like they don't get it. People don't understand it. People don't get it.
No, for sure. But don't use that scenario. Stick with Shane's scenario. Where he's saying, come up with Hunter Jr. Yeah.
Up,
he's on his first podcast.
You on a podcast?
Yeah. Everybody thumbs up in the chat for Hunter Jr. in the chat, man. We had a star on the show. But you got to stick to something in the work, like use the workplace as an analogy, or something in a competitive. I still feel like there was a scenario where we might have been not cornhole, but basketball, and you still had a little competitive edge. I think it was basketball. We played like 21 a few years ago, like last year.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing something in the active, it don't matter what I'm doing in the time I want to win. I mean, that's never ever going to go away. If I'm putting any effort towards anything and I'm losing, I'm going to be irritated. I just think, I know your parallels with hip hop, like that's their job, but it's also like I can make the argument like, no, it's not no more. Like they don't have to have that job. They don't have to do that no more. Like, you don't have to. Kendrick can go to Ghana and never make a song again ever in his life, and he'll be fine. He'll never. So I'm saying it's a little different. I mean, and you're right too. It's like, well, it's like it also is my career, it's my job, it's what I choose to do. I drop music, and I'm a musician. That's what I do.
I'm passionate about that.
And right, I don't know. Once again, I'm not really talking about Push. I don't even know about the full situation for real. I'm
gonna get off this topic, but not for now. I do want to say with this Pusha thing, I do think he has shown restraint because there's an art in, like I said, Jim Jones dissed him last year, and I said it then. I said Pusha's gonna wait until his album time, and you use that as steam to roll out your album, and that's exactly. I thought it was going. I didn't know. I mean, nobody predicted he was gonna be dishing Pusha Travis Scott, but you have to hold on. Give me 1 second. You do have to say you have to give him kudos for being able to wait. This is patience. This shows patience, right?
Yeah.
You get this a year ago, and to our point, if you're really passionate or whatever, you would just crash out and start dissing people right then and there. But he waited until it was the proper time to say what he had to say, which is on your album where you're going to get paid off of. Not mad at it. Shane, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here.
Here? What you got to say about this? Because we got Hunter Jr. in the chat. What you got to say about this? Iran, y'all better watch out.
You know what I mean. And I say what I say. Keep y'all ass over there. Stop trying to go to war with us. Life
This
is
guy,
rich.
dude.
Let me tell y'all this too. Iran. I'm talking directly to y'all. All that crap that y'all doing towards the U.S., don't do it. Because that ain't what you want. That ain't what you want. All that crap that you're doing, Iran, y'all keep that shit over there. Because you're creating the United States. And one thing about us, we're going to show you better than we can tell you. So you better watch who you creating.
Him or Caitlyn Jenner? We got him on our side and Caitlyn Jenner on Israel's side.
But what's funny is, bro, I just went to my we're gonna segue into this for a second. I just went to my barber yesterday, and my barbers are the people. My barber is white, and the people, other barbers in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the other barbers actually fought for, he went over in Iraq and he was deployed. He was back in the G, and another one actually did the same. There's two people who were former military, and both went over on tours and shit. And my barber, he did jack shit. But talking, because they had the Fox News on, they're talking about soldiers got brought up. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to, fuck around. But the way they was talking, it's so delusional. They're like, what that we're doing, we're just gonna get in Iran so we can just fuck bomb. I'd say we just nuke China and nuke Russia. I'm like, well, why? I'm like, why? Well, that ain't. I don't really want to fuck around with them. And they're like, they still believe that we are untouchable. And I'll tell them like, hey, man, we've been super blessed, and we haven't got hit except 9/11. This conspiracy. And the barber who went to tour, he was like, yeah, and I've heard there was some conspiracy about Israel doing that. I'm like, yeah, and me just hearing this about how they didn't even care about going to war. And I talked to somebody else, like, they don't understand, bro. I'm a little bit more nervous just because, like, biblical terms and shit like that. Like, I don't, if this was two other countries, I really wouldn't care.
Right.
That's why he was even asking. He was like, I was super on Ukraine and Russia. And I'm like, I didn't give a fuck about you.
Right.
I just didn't. That didn't move my fucking needle. It never was a threat to me, you know. This is a little different because of, closer to home what I believe in. But just to hear other people say that they just don't.
You got to hear from the other side of the country.
In real life. And I'm just like, motherfucker, like, I was telling him, like, I don't know if we really want that problem, man. And when I was saying shit, I was like, yeah, we haven't really been hit. We can be hit. All these immigrants came over, like, because they were saying, like, well, missiles ain't gonna hit us. I'm like, yeah, probably not. Like, by the time, if me and Clover was talking about it, about like, a missile ain't hitting Ohio. they would get intercepted to get in the middle of it. That ain't happening. People planting bombs and shit like that could easily happen in a heartbeat. So like, the other side of America is crazy. They need to fucking stop.
Go ahead, Shane. Go ahead. No,
I wasn't really able to listen. I was on the phone,
okay.
but I heard the very, very last part of what he said, and I think I understand. And I really, like we were saying the other day, people are really misinformed. They don't understand necessarily what the gravity of what's happening. They don't understand who has a strong military, who doesn't have a strong military. They don't know whether. I just saw somebody that we all see on Facebook all the time say, so let me know, y'all. Does Iran really got a stronger military than us or no? And it's like, if those are the questions that we're asking,
we're way behind the 8 ball.
Just stop. Just stop. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that are making comments like that, that's their understanding. Not the guy that obviously fought in war. Clearly not.
I still don't think that. I mean, I think it's his perception is different. When you've actually been toured over there and you've actually
I can't wait to talk about his perception.
It's a little different because it's like, motherfucker, I know we're like that because it's the same. Goes back to that same competitive shit. It's like, motherfucker, I'm on that. That's me.
For sure. Yeah. We got 2 comments. Hold on real quick. The regime change never ends well. Just look at Iraq and Afghanistan. Same with Libya and Egypt. This is Israel's fight, and we need to stay out of it. Okay, then, Zach. Yeah. Okay, then, Zach. And then we got a second one from him. The supreme leader of Iran is in a bunker right now. He's already drawn up a list of people to take his place should he die. Okay, Zach.
And it should be noted. I said in the group chat the other day, there have been about 5 to 6 up until I saw a couple of days ago, like high ranking Iranian officials.
Starting all the way back to when we were first doing the podcast together in person. That was when the first leader got struck out.
No. But I even mean like within this past 4 weeks.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there've
been like 6.
And Trump and them is still sticking to the guns that they can touch Khamenei or whatever his name is right now today in his bunker. They're saying they must have some target on. They must know they got him tapped or something, but they said they can reach him right now today. But before you say what you were about to say, Hunter, I wanted to say about not the barber, but the guy that served. Obviously, shout out to him. I respect and tip my hats to all military members, and not just ours, but just if you serve for your country and you fought for your country, I have great respect for you. Period. My grandpa was a veteran. I think Hunter's grandpa was a veteran. Mm-hmm. Shane, I think your grandpa was a veteran.
Yeah, my grandpa got Purple Heart in Vietnam.
So yeah, I mean, I have a great deal of respect for somebody as a 29, 28-year-old man, knowing that there's other men out there that have signed up to go literally fight and lay their life down for like people they don't know. Salute. Yep. However, I'm serious about that. But to what Shane said, man, it's crazy, Hunter, to see you getting to see that even somebody that fought and held the guns and probably knows codes and different formations and different things like that, they could still be what we perceive on our end, ill-informed. Now, I'm not saying ill-informed, but that's from my perception and your perception and Shane's perception. We're saying, that sounds a little bit ill-informed. Isn't it crazy to know that we're basically saying that he was just what do they call him? A killing machine. He's just a killing machine because like you're over there fighting, you served in Iraq and Afghanistan and all these places and stuff like that. But like he clearly hasn't done, he hasn't even gone down a rabbit hole on certain things, on why and what. And we've been saying that for a long time that we're, over there fighting for a war, they, a lie and all that shit. We've been saying that.
I don't think military people, I don't think they can go down that rabbit hole. I think that you just do your order, because once you go down that rabbit hole, would you rather be delusional and think that you're really fighting for your country and take your orders and like really believe that you're standing up for it? Or would you rather like know what the fuck's really going on and realize that you're fighting for bullshit, jack shit, and like for nothing? So like,
really, really good.
I don't think that you can let yourself get to find out the real truth, because then you're like, well, I'm done.
Well, I don't want to discredit that guy fully, because yes, while you're serving, it don't matter what you think. It don't matter what your beliefs are. It don't matter. you know how they are. They're like, I'm protecting my brother at this point.
Sure.
Once
Yeah,
you're
Right.
it becomes more about it becomes more about that for them.
But once you're
Yeah, definitely.
removed, I do value their insight a little bit more. Once
Me
you're
too.
removed.
But hold on, Shane. Hold on. It does. I agree, but it even then it's tricky because I'm following you. I was thinking this was the point Hunter was making, but yeah, obviously, if you're actively in duty or whatever like that, you're not going down any rabbit hole. But when you're removed and you're A-listed or whatever, and you're back home and stuff like that, the danger of getting down that rabbit hole of the truth is that you're still a veteran. You're still
And you still did dirty ass.
You still did dirty ass
for what
shit.
you
It can
done.
cause PTSD, and not to mention, like we've been talking about this for over a year now. Like, okay, like there's been rumors of a draft starting. Well, guess what happens before like we go? The veterans get deployed. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we're actively in a situation, which we are, if we're in a bubbling situation, the veterans that are back home and stuff like that, it's in the back of their mind that they may, if it got real bad, they might be deployed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really don't necessarily maybe want to go down that rabbit hole. That's a really good.
I mean, there's a few times I forget who it was. I think it was the dude who took down Saddam.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it wasn't Saddam, but it was something. He was like, it was a story. I'm sure Shane's heard but it was a dude where he was basically like, man, he basically to what you were just talking about. He found out basically what he was fighting for into all the shit afterwards. He was saying like, it's crazy like how I killed this dude and I killed his son or whatever.
It was Bin
Killed
Laden.
the dude.
It was a guy that killed Bin Laden.
Okay, and he was just like, who knows? We could have made each other in a coffee shop and been friends.
Right.
Yep.
And he was like, but
he
here
said
I
he killed
am.
him, and he said when he killed him, they had to collect everything that was in the room, and he had like his family pictures there, his kids.
Yeah, his son was in the room and shit,
Yeah.
and he didn't kill him. And he was just like, I had to do the mission, and that was the mission.
Right.
And there's nothing else. And then you find out that like, oh, we did all that for oil, and to do that shit, it's like raw. So I like who like really wasn't just to gain power for the country. It's like raw. Like, I feel great about myself.
It's really
Like, you know what I mean?
it's the ultimate paradox that they all exist in and stuff, and it's really tough.
Yeah, my little cousin just said the other day, the one that lives out here that was in the Navy, his thing just expired for him because he's been removed now for 3 years, and it just expired for him last year. But he was like, if this would happen last year, I would have had to get redeployed back out onto the sea. And it's just like, that's your realization.
Yeah, and it's scary, man. And to all people, I'm not calling for it. I'm just saying Candace Owens is calling for it. She's saying that our soldiers and military members should they should dishonorably discharge themselves. And I don't want to use my platform to say it, but
no, because then who the fuck is gonna fight?
Look at
it ain't gonna be me. So,
I mean, come on, man. We got literally 300,000 people about to put their life on the line on a war that we all. I'm not gonna say all, but 90% of us collectively say no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with the Iraq. I don't want to deal with the Afghanistan situation again when we had literally loved ones over there dying over this shit, man. Like when the jig is literally up, it's really not even funny. We sit in my basement and in your room and in the living room and we talking about it, but like really think that people are really about to go put their life on the line on something that at the point we know. In the 2000s, it was like, okay, kook. We don't believe conspiracy, but today we literally know. Everybody knows. That's out the fucking.
It'd be hard. For some reason, I have just a hunch for when after Trump says he's going to do it 2 weeks. I think this might slow down for him. It'll pick back up.
It's picking up right now.
I'm saying I can see by the end of 2 weeks some type of 60-day, 90-day ceasefire happens. Some type of prolonged bullshit, and then it'll get back popping. I'm not saying it's stopping at all. I'm saying I can see something. I've been seeing China. I've been seeing Israel's mayors and everybody saying like, please stop. We need to. I can see something happening where they're like, okay, let's with 60, 90-day. There have been stuff about Iran saying they want it. Even I don't really believe it, but I can see where Trump saves this day for another 60 days or 90 days, and then
gives us more extension.
And then exactly what just happened. He just had it. We just had 60 days where it was fine, and then 61 days, boom. Yeah. I can see another 60-day or 90 days of like fake peace, and then it'll get cracking again. I don't know why.
It's really
but
not.
We'll see.
It's really not. Now, I do know the recent report as of today, we've sent our B-2 bombers over there. And
I saw that.
Yeah, and the B-2 bombers are the
5 of them.
Yep, 5 of them. And those bombers are used to do exactly what Zach spoke about earlier. Shout out to you, Zach. They carry the bombs that reach bunkers. So obviously it's either a show of force, Trump just showing his hand like, hey, Kamani, Ayatollah, we can reach you in your bunker. I know you're in your bunker, but we can reach you. Or they just gearing up. Me and you talked about the Nimitz ship going over there, right? Deployed. Other Marine ships have been deployed. They're clearing way for a just in case scenario. I don't think that this is a show of force. I don't think that this is a show of force.
It's definitely a just in case. I'm not saying this week's lightly, serious, or lightly at all. Like Zach sort of said, it'll be like a TikTok. I can see another 60-day, another 60 fire, and let everybody recoup a little bit. Let me be recouped. Let Iran make
everybody take a little breather.
Everybody take a little breather after all these goddamn killings and bombings, and we'll get cracking back in August. But
it is crazy though, because I saw, I don't know if y'all saw or not, but a lot of them Iranian officials that got killed, it turned out that Israel had their whole camp set up inside of their Iranian military as spots.
Yes.
So everybody was like, how are they keep just getting striked? And then it came out that Israel was inside of Iran's camp the whole time.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were Palestinian.
Yeah.
Or not a lot of them, but 2 or 3 of them were Palestinian.
That's what I was mentioning, like 2 podcasts. I think it was like two podcasts ago. Yeah. And that, hey,
because bro, the drone strikes were hitting. I don't know if y'all saw them. There were 3 of the people that died. It was like a tall apartment complex with like levels. But the drones were shooting directly, like it wasn't taking out the whole building. It was taking out
it was a targeted
into
attack.
their bedroom, through a window into their bedroom, and it's just like
it's crazy how so like these motherfuckers really are.
But I don't want to do anti-Semitic tropes, but I was about to say, but accidentally hit innocent people in Gaza.
That was what I was about to say. So when you guys were talking all of that hospital shit, I just watched you guys shoot through somebody's living room into their bed and blow them up and leave everyone. It's crazy.
Zach says the Supreme Leader is 86, so either way, his life is over. It's over, and that's when it gets real dangerous. You don't really like Supreme Leaders like that.
No.
And you don't like you also don't like a leader like Hitler too that says, give me death or give me the victory either. You don't want
anyone who's not afraid to die.
Yeah,
who's not afraid to die.
I'm probably going deep into the Joe Budden and Drake disses, but he said, "I'm gonna show you why you shouldn't poke a man with nothing to lose."
Don't poke a man with nothing to lose. Don't. An 86-year-old shouldn't be serving anyway. But I wanted to say, as far as not the B-2 bombers, but the escalation of this war is that we mentioned on here that the Iron Dome looks like it's failing. And if Trump don't decide, now he's saying it could be in this 2-week period. It don't got to be 2 weeks, right? It could be it could be Monday. Yeah. But he has to act fast on what the decision is going to be, because I'm telling you, these two can't sustain another 9 days of this level of fighting. No, I agree. Something has to shake. Yeah, because Israel's been getting fucked up bad, and Israel's been more on my feed, but Iran's been getting fucked up a little too. And their leaders have like Shane said, they're and he even said, "Quiet as cat." It's it's being quiet. Yeah, it's being kept quiet pretty bad, and so they can tap their supreme leader anytime they want. I think. Hope they don't do that, because then it just escalates. Yeah, then it escalates. Exactly. So we'll see. I can just see this next week.
If I have to give Israel a little bit of strategic credit, is the thing. The guy I go to Ground News all the time. That's what I go to for news.
Hey, that's why I fuck with the app Ground News.
Yep. Because it's just way more biased, or way more not biased, but.
They even have the articles of where it's what and all. Yeah, I agree.
That's both sides. You can pull up.
3 of the people that they killed, they had a picture, right? And it was how Iran's military officials were lined up, but they lined up in a specific order, and there's an internal pull for power. Like they've got their own Republican and Democratic parties and stuff like that. That all 3, 4, whatever, however many they are, all want power, and they strategically attacked one person from each group because they're trying to set up like a regime change. You know what I mean? They're trying to create internal conflict.
Overthrow that regime for sure.
Exactly. They're trying to create internal conflict. So now you're going to start to struggle for power to where some people want to be in war, some people don't. Over there in Iran. You know
they're already running that mass propaganda about Iran anyway, that the people were dissatisfied and they've been tired of the Iran regime.
We literally watched Israel do this to Russia.
Yeah. This has been widely reported, which is funny because if people remember that this is actually what was reported about Israel as well. Before October 7th, they were having civil war as well over in Israel. They were trying to overthrow Bibi Netanyahu. This was reported before October 7th happened. Zach says, Iran used to be our ally. Yep, for sure. We supported their dictator. He needed medical attention. The students took our hostages in the embassy in 79. And then the supreme leaders took over the country for 49 years. Yes, this is the Ayatollah since 79. It's the new regime that's been in power since 79. But before then, yeah, we did used to work with them way back when. Freak, I had a really good point that I wanted to touch on. Shane, you still here?
Yeah.
You muted or unmuted? If you muted, I can go forth real quick. If you
go ahead. I'm gonna mute up for a second.
What do you like? My conversation wanted to steer around this Tulsi Gabbard thing with their enriched uranium. You've seen that?
When she's cracking down on their levels of enriched uranium.
And Trump is attacking her now because they have her on record back in March. She went over there. She got the reports. The nuclear facilities, the enriched uranium, and she came out in March or in April and said that they did not test. They did not test above the level that they needed to. That they're not close to a nuclear weapon, essentially.
Yeah.
And so now that we've been running this they're a week away from the nuclear weapon thing. People have brought up her interview back in March saying no, the person in your cabinet said, no, you're not. And Trump just came out. I'm going to try to find the video. Trump just came out and said she's wrong. And so there's stifleness in between that cabinet right now because she came out and cleared it up today though, or yesterday, I think, and said that we misinterpreted her. I think she's kind of backtracking on what she said earlier in March. Do you think that Iran is close to a nuclear weapon?
You asking me?
I'm asking both.
I think we answered that last time. Remember, I think I said they have nuclear capabilities, but it's probably I just don't think it's on the level that we should be afraid of.
Okay.
Yeah, Lane had a comment.
Okay, Lane's comment is Iran might not want to let them breathe though, especially the lower down the tier list they get. They might be more radical instead for rational. The Iron Dome is thin. Let me really try to interpret what you're saying. Iran might not let them breathe. I agree. Well, I don't know. It's one of those things.
It's too far to turn around.
Say that again, Shane.
Iran's too far in to turn around.
Okay,
they've reached the point of no return. You can't let up now. At this point,
Mark, ain't you?
Hunter be wanting he wants it to be peaceful so bad.
It don't let me be optimistic.
He said, "What do you mean?" Yeah, but it's one of those things where if you punch the wrong somebody, you got to go through with the fight. Or
you got to go through with the fight.
You don't pull a weapon out if you don't got to intend to shoot it.
Yeah.
Some people you might be able to get off on, but some people you can pump fake on. And Israel,
North Korea has a nuclear weapon. I believe that.
He said North Korea is probably closer to a nuclear weapon than Iran, for sure.
I think they have them
for sure. I think
Iran has nuclear capabilities. I don't know if they have
Definitely.
I don't know what is quote unquote a weapon. So
I want to know where's all the UAPs. They talking about B-2 bombers and nuclear weapons, and it's been.
What do you mean? I just told you where they're at. They just drone strike them motherfuckers
What if
in
that
complete
plot
silence.
twist? Plot twist. Huge movie like in World
It
War
ain't gonna
Z.
be no plot twist.
Huge fucking alien.
It's gonna
A huge alien thing comes in New York City and just
It's gonna shut down the nuclear facilities for sure.
Yeah, that's what Joey said. Like, what if the aliens are just watching us?
They are.
And,
They're letting us fight
close?
until somebody's about to hit their head on the concrete.
Guys, the aliens are fighting right now.
They're not gonna let it go too far.
The aliens are fighting right now.
You said who's fighting right now?
The aliens.
With each other?
Yes.
Nah, they monitoring us for sure. But the B-2 bombers is an escalation. Them being in the bunker right now is an escalation. I mean, I'm assuming he might want to be in. He's planning to be in that bunker for this 2-week period. I mean, Bibi Netanyahu's been making it a point to go out and be outside and touch bases with the people.
He's been everywhere but Israel.
Don't do that.
But I'm just saying, all jokes aside, how would you feel if Trump got us in this crazy shit where we was getting bombed every day? United States getting bombed every day, and Trump gets on and leaves.
Well, we seen it during his last run. Did we not?
Yeah, what did we call him?
We called him all types of names on the podcast.
Exactly.
Remember he had the Bible upside down and ran into the bunker?
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't got no problem with that. That's what presidents do. Hell, Zach, how long was Hitler in his bunker? Hitler was in the bunker for like 100 days or some shit. Hitler hid, but I mean, it was a little bit different. The whole world was after that nigga. But
Hitler was. Imagine how paranoid. We talk about Tupac being paranoid. Hitler is like, these motherfuckers. Every country wants to get my ass.
I'm not leaving this fucking bunker for nothing.
I'm not leaving for nothing.
Nothing, but
at all. I only trust
the player ass. I mean, we're saying bunker. There's a word for it that I don't know if Shane knows it. It starts with an F. There's a word for it. It's like, because it's not some ramps like, run-of-the-mill bunker. It's like a whole ass facility down there. You know what I'm saying? They got food, they got arms, they got the army down there. A Ferdlow. Somebody, thank you. Ferdlow or something like that. So yeah, he could be down there for a long ass time, as long as he wants. But like to Shane's point is that there was some internal rot with the Iran regime, and Mossad they're the CIA of the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? So exactly what Shane said is what they're executing, which is genius. Is let me take out a Republican here, let me take out a Democrat here, and then we're gonna go down this line. Y'all gonna fight about who's gonna be the next person, head HINC or head person in charge, and y'all gonna rot amongst yourself and fight amongst yourself and shit. But we all know that this is a ploy for Israel to, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like it's too far. It's gone too far at this point. It's gone too far. And I just really think that the showdown needs to be had. I think the showdown needs to be had.
Yeah, let's do it next year, 2026.
Next year?
Yep. Prolong a little bit. My son gets a little older.
Jack says, now I need to watch Independence Day too, honey. Why?
Wrong. You didn't need to watch Independence Day.
Shane, are you still here? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
What'd you say?
I was trying to find a picture that the Iranian officials.
Oh, that they got. Is there anything? Let me see my notes. Is there anything else y'all can think of off top? Hunter, you weren't on here when we talked about the Trump and Gabby Tulser situation. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I see.
Here you go.
You got it.
Look at my
You
screen.
said share your screen. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I think I have to do it.
Yeah, share your screen. Add to scene. Boom.
Can you see? It's like a whole line of them, but it's literally like this.
Okay, I'm seeing.
Every other one has been taken out from this picture, but it's a long, like the video goes on and
Right.
on. But
And you're saying, explain to everybody, clarify to everybody that might be watching this back again exactly what you were saying.
you are slowly picking away at each party within themselves, taking out the strongest person from each party. But they were even saying like they were strategically leaving a couple strong people from the party. You know what I mean? You have to create some type of.
So their whole operative is to create, divide and conquer, to create some.
These drone strikes aren't coincidental. They aren't just saying let's take out.
And they're not
Iranian
like,
officials.
and it's not like let's take out the person we can get. No, they're targeted attack.
Right. No, we can get any one of y'all that we want.
Whack-a-mole at this point.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be important to keep track of who gets taken out.
Do you predict that they get the Supreme Leader? I hate to throw out such a prediction on here.
No, Iran wouldn't do that, or Israel wouldn't do that.
The U.S. won't. I don't think
that would call. Otherwise, they would have done
it in his bunker from January 16th until April 30th. Yep. So like over 100 days.
Yeah, no, I don't think Israel, because Israel's already shown. Number one, they already have announced that Mossad, like we are in y'all can't trust nobody within right now. You know what I mean? So them not taking out the Supreme Leader says a lot. They have taken.
That's scarier than them taking them out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like we keep alluding to it just because it's so. I love the mind game award. It's like
fucking a jigsaw. It's like, okay, Israel.
Yeah.
You want to play a game?
Yeah, especially when you know that a nation can take out another nation so fast. It's not, the question isn't how long until the Supreme Leader gets taken out. It's why hasn't he been taken out?
Right.
And why are the people that have been taken out been taken out?
That's a good point. Here, Zach, we got a guess. Zach has a guess. He said, "My guess is the Supreme Leader is not killed, but dies of old age later this year." No, Zach, stop. That's naive. I wouldn't believe that. If the Supreme Leader dies this year or next or any year,
it ain't old age. I don't care if
it ain't old age. Right? You think we're gonna believe that he was poisoned? Clearly, he loves being poisoned.
Right. All of a sudden, he died from a stroke. Okay.
Well, we'll see. This weekend has a lot to offer as far as keeping our eyes on this escalation.
I need to do my hourly Iran tweet check.
That page needs blocked, bro. That page, it's so. That page tweeted out 2 nights in a row that tonight the world is going to witness something it's never seen before. What? Fire shows? Like, I didn't see anything. It was nothing different. It was nothing new. So
they've been saying that
on my shit list right now. I ain't gonna lie. Iran, keep it. Y'all need to keep it cute over there too.
By the way, I'm a bot. When I was saying the other day, I was putting in our group chat that a whole bunch of fighter jets are right past us.
It was the air show.
Clear the air show this weekend. I'm a retard.
It was an air show. Oh, we were just talking about the air show coming up too. Right, practice runs and shit for the air show. Over there in his bunker.
Over there in his bunker.
Tyler sent me.
At least you was observant.
She sent me.
I wouldn't have known no different. I wouldn't have known a thing.
She sent me 4 jets.
And they were fighter
jets. But she sent me 4 of them yesterday, and I responded with war. She was like, air show. And I'm like,
air show.
Like, now, man.
Oh, yeah. That's what's funny is, that's how you know it's like
crazy.
Real talk.
Anything else you want to add?
It's like, there is
I want to add before I leave the viewers off. Viewing audience out there, YouTube, don't strike me, but this is my anti-Zionism segment right here. Anything you guys want to add before I? Well,
better stop saying that.
No.
I probably really
Uncle
should.
already told you.
Yeah, I probably really should, man. Ain't nothing gonna be cute when I get a knock on the door. Here we is, dear Lord.
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great-uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because it was primarily a movement from Eastern Europe, but they didn't clarify who was in charge of that movement. And in addition, it was, after all, in Great Britain. So they felt that the Rothschild family should be the one to whom it was addressed. And Walter was Lord Rothschild, and he was a Zionist. And those really are the background reasons.
So Walter received the Balfour Declaration, and I have a copy here. And I wonder if I could possibly ask you to read it for us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. I'm going to put on my spectacles to make sure I read it accurately. His Majesty's government view with favour the establishment of Palestine as a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation. Yours, Arthur Balfour.
And here it is, the Balfour Declaration. What do you feel when you see it here?
I genuinely feel it's one of the most extraordinary moments in the history of the Jewish people. If you think it took 3,000 years to get to this, and then you say, how did this miracle happen? It's the most incredible piece of opportunism. I mean, if you think you had an impoverished would-be scientist, Chaim Weizmann, who somehow gets to England, meets a few people, including members of my family, seduces them. He has such great charm and conviction. He gets to Balfour, and he unbelievably persuades Balfour and Lloyd George, the Prime Minister, and most of the ministers, that this idea of the national home for Jews should be allowed to take place. I mean, it's so unlikely. And then he starts to fight a difficult battle with the British cabinet, and this letter goes through 5 drafts, as you know. And in the end, it comes out as a rather compromising letter. I mean, the essential point is there for the Jewish community to fasten on to. You have the first bit, which promises a national home rather than the national home, and then you have the bit that nothing that's to be done should in any way harm the Arab community. But you come back to the big point, which is that this is perhaps the greatest event in Jewish life for thousands of years. And it's a miracle.
This is your host, Lord of Lips, signing out. Peace.